following contest from Denver, Colorado, weighing in at Little Hoey, Don.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one.
A lot of superstars on the roster. This guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this episode, like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
You've been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community and the fam out there. Appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and Carnival Spirits. What's up, man? Don Chaos. What's up? It's your boy Brother Lynch and we out here tonight. Let's go.
Fuego Flames and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here. It's my boy. Excuse the left, excuse the left.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
Podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo. What's good, everyone? Don Chaos here, your host tonight. As always, as every other week, every other Tuesday, this is the Hours of Chaos podcast. This is episode 167, y'all. 167. Of course, I'm your host. You guys already know, Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S. Your friendly neighborhood JUGGALO, the Karma Millionaire. Karma Millionaire. If you don't know now, you know. And if you still don't know, chat, let them hear it. What's good, Lakeland? I see our guest is already in the chat. What is up? Of course, again, tonight we are going to be joined by LBSickning, because you guys know what we do. We are live every Tuesday at 6 local time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you don't know, now you know. And if you still don't know, then yes, exactly. Your mom's a hoe. So we definitely got a lot of topics to cover. Of course, you guys know what we do. We have touch on some topics. I say my thoughts and opinions on stuff going on in our community, drop news, promote stuff, and then we have our guests on the show. Of course, many of you know we are officially on the road to the 200th episode of the Hours of Chaos podcast, as well as the beginning of next month will be the 5-year anniversary of the Hours of Chaos podcast. So, without further ado, let's get into some topics and news and opinions on stuff. Of course, make sure you guys are sharing this everywhere, all over social media. Make sure you're using those hashtags across the screen. Any of those hashtags across the screen. Of course, make sure you peep the links down in the description for our guests as well as your boys' links. That's what we do. We help promote our guests. So let's get into our first bit of news. The news that a lot of people are talking about, because what we do here on the Hours of Chaos podcast is there is occasionally, I might drop the occasional thoughts and opinions on something, and I might do it in video format. But if it's something that's worth talking about, and when there's a bunch of other topics, it's worth saving to talk about that and doing it on a live stream instead of just doing a short video on it. Where has the creativity gone, y'all? Yeah. That's one of the things I've been enjoying doing for my channel whenever we have a guest on the show, is I like to do little 1 minute, 2 minute trailers now to promote the show and whoever's going to be on the show. But whenever there's topic or anything on news-wise going on in the Juggalo or the underground world or anything newsworthy, I will sometimes do videos talking about that straight topic, but most of the time you'll see me save my thoughts and opinions here on the Hours of Chaos podcast. It's because I like to gather my thoughts before I do stuff, and I like to add effects to my videos. I like to add background music to the video, because for those that don't know, the reason why I add background music to my videos, it's because I live in a complex where the walls are very thin, so there's so much background noise that goes on. But now and at the time when I was doing one of my videos, I wasn't speaking clearly over this background music because I was just getting over a head cold, so my voice was very sore around that time. But now, when you watch videos from me, I speak very clearly over the background music that plays, which is good. How that video is still giving me so much attention, I have no idea. That's probably my most viewed video on this channel. You guys gotta go check that out. That's insane. That video is at 3K, y'all. Holy shit. It just comes to show, if you use the right hashtags in the descriptions of your videos, and you actually are talking about the topic at hand, then that's good. Anywho. Of course, many of you guys know the big news is ICP just now announced that they now have a Discord server. So, yes, ICP now has a Discord. I mean, Shaggy and the Creep have had a Discord server. They have a Discord server, but now ICP themselves have a Discord server. I will definitely link the server in the chat. If someone can do a favor for me and link the Discord server in the chat throughout the night, I'd be greatly appreciated. Say Don Chaos sent me here. I'm actually going to post the link like that through the chat, and if someone could do a favor for me, continue to post the link to the Discord throughout the night, like one of those links, besides the links for your boy as well as our guest LBSickning for tonight. So I'm going to post in the chat first tonight. Oh, well, Lady Chaos is already doing it. Thank you. All right, y'all. She's posted it. I'll post it. Of course, there are links to our guest for tonight, as well as links to your boys' social medias, as well as Lady Chaos's Twitch stream. So make sure you guys definitely go check that out. What's up? What is up? What is up, LBSickning? So yeah, that's the bit of news that we have tonight. And as many of you know, going down next month is Violent J's 50th annual Spring Chicken Baby Boy Blowout Birthday Bash. It's going down April 28th at the Rave Eagles in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I heard the Rave is a very good venue in Wisconsin. You know, there's been lots of dope shows there. ICP's played there. I know there was Hatchet Attacks years ago there. Like, anyone remember when Psychopathic was like streaming pay-per-views? Remember that same pay-per-view when they streamed Hatchet Attacks for the live pay-per-view on the internet? That was actually at this venue. Of course, we're going to get a performance from ICP. We're going to be celebrating the Duke himself's 50th birthday, as well as performances by Ouija Mac. I heard Isham is even going to be there, which is going to be dope. We're also going to see some JCW wrestling. JC Dub. Cheers, y'all. Oh, that's one. So yeah, am I going to try to go to that birthday bash? I would like to, but we'll see. I can tell you where I'll be Saturday. I'm going to continue to, not Saturday, Friday. I'm going to continue to plug it in because I really hope to see a lot of y'all there. But Friday, I will definitely be at the Scum Dying World Chronicles, the Black Souls album release party. I will definitely be there Friday. Make sure you guys are there. You see me or anyone, come say what up, give a dab, give a picture, all that good happy jazz. You want a video shout out? Let's do it. But come see the release party for the final chapter in the Dying World Chronicles. In my opinion, the best saga going on in the horrorcore wicked shit scene right now. Gore Hop. The Dying World Chronicles. If you guys have not heard the first two, you definitely listen to. Again, pre-orders are available. But if you guys come to this release show, you get a free copy of the album when you come in. Again, tickets in advance are $20. Also, it's $25 at the door. Of course, we are getting performances by the one and only Scum himself, the fellow cult leader himself, Damian Quinn is going to be on there. R.I.P. Gino. And then LSP's, our newest act, is performing as well as other surprise performances. So if you live in Denver or you live around the Colorado and you want something to do on your Friday, come to Denver, come to the Dying World Chronicles. Again, the Dying World Chronicles, one of the best album sagas going on in the horrorcore wicked shit scene going on right now, in my personal opinion. And Scum, of course, you know us At Team LSP, Team Snuff, we are constantly grinding, always working. That the work don't stop. The work don't stop. You know, LSP, we are one of the hardest working labels in the underground. We've been doing it for 22 years. So come out to the Dying World Chronicles release party. Come kick it with us, party with us, enjoy some good live music. Let's have some drinks, drinky poos. And yeah. What is up, Charles Reeves? The newest LSP act is I'm trying to think how to pronounce it. Melodic Music, I believe. And it's Aunt G who's in the group. But they just dropped a video on Team Snuff, which is LSP's YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to that. You know, L's up in the chat. LSP. See that in the chat as well. If you guys haven't, also go check out the episode where we had Damian Quinn on last week. And yeah, let's get into some other news and topics, and then let's have our guests performing. As many of you know, going down is the Young Snuff Tour, the first leg. So if this tour is not going anywhere near your area, don't worry. This is just the first leg, and then there will be a second leg. Because, you know, a lot of people on LSP are going on tour. This is one of the LSP tours that's going down, as well as Scum is going on tour for the Rock Doc tour with Scum, Light, Big Hoodoo, and DJ Clay. That's a tour I'm definitely going to hit up because it's at the Roxy, the great venue known as the Roxy Theater here in Denver. If you've never been to a show at the Roxy, y'all are missing out. And if you know you can come to the Roxy, but you just don't want to show up because you just don't want to, then your mom's a hoe, your sister's a hoe, and your cousins might be a hoe. Your wife's might even be a hoe, or your girls might be a hoes. Just saying. Anywho, this is just the first leg, so if it didn't hit up your area, don't worry, y'all. This is just the first leg. There will be a second leg. Also, another tour that's coming up this summer that you guys can expect. That looks really dope because I've never, ever seen this artist live, and I would love to because I've grown up on this artist, and that is the one and only Rob Zombie. With Static X and Powerman 5000. There's the list of dates. Am I going to try to hit up this show? I would definitely love to hope to. So, yeah. Also, going down April is the J Bazaar album release party as well. Here's where it's at. Here's the lineup as well as the date. It is April 23rd. Doors at 7 p.m. $10 if you get tickets in advance, and then $18 at the event. So not bad. So go support the homie J Bazaar, Dented Minds, productions. Stay dented. Hit up this show. Because, J Bazaar, when we had him on a few weeks ago, he talked about this release party as well as he has a new album coming out. If you guys don't know anything about Jay Bazaar, you really should check him out. Hell yeah. So with that said, now we are going to bring our guest, LBSickning, on here. And you guys know what we do when we have our guests on. We can let them get a little brief introduction about themselves. Then we ask them questions. And if you guys are not subscribed to LBSickning, you guys need to. Not only is this dude an artist himself, but he has a very good underground juggalo related music, just music also in general, podcast where he has guests on his show. Check out his series, his podcast titled It's Just Music, where he has special guests on there. He's had DJ Clay on there. He's had a whole slew of great guests as well. And you never know, Don Chaos might make an appearance on there as well, because we might be doing some more collab work in the future. That's purely speculation, though. So yeah, I'm going to send the link out to our guest so we can join. Cheers, y'all. So let's send the link to our guests. And yeah. Let's see. Where there it is. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you on Instagram. I'll send you the link on Instagram. And I just saw your message, LB. You don't need a Zoom or anything. You just need a webcam or your phone. Very simple. StreamYard is very easy to use. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, just hit that link, LBSickning, and if it doesn't work, close out of it, and then just do it that way as well. But it should work. Oh, and it did. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, waiting in the green room is our guest for the night. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to LBSickning.
Whoa, whoa.
What is good, man?
What's good, homie? How you doing?
I'm great. How about you?
Surviving.
Hell
So
yeah.
up?
Well, welcome to the show. I'm glad to finally get you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Because I've been watching what you do, and I love it. Like I told people, not only is this man an artist himself, he has a very successful podcast too.
Yeah, I've had quite a few people on there, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being a fan of it. I appreciate that shit.
Oh yeah, because that's one thing I do is I like to pay attention to like other fellow podcasters and stuff, and I like to give them that shine too.
I feel it, man. That's what's up.
And I like to collab with a lot of people because like sometimes, even if no one's reaching out to you, I've been saying, you probably heard me say a few times on the show, sometimes you just got to kick in the door sometimes.
Oh, for sure. A lot of the interviews that I've gotten, it took a good year or two before I could even get it. You know, can you hear that background noise?
Nah.
All right, cool. That's what's up. Yeah. You know, you got to be in there. Sometimes you got to be in their inbox for a good year or two. And I don't want to call it begging, but it's more like, you know, you're on my bucket list of interviews and I got to get this and I'm not going to give up until you give it to me. You know,
I hear you.
And yeah, shout out to
all one thing I also like when you have your guests on show too, is you're like very professional about it, but then you also make it entertaining too. Like you make the guests feel comfortable too, which is good.
Right, man. You know, the idea is to just have you comfortable and have you, we're having fun here. That's the
Yeah,
whole
which
point.
that's what I always based my show off of too. I'm like, and I think that's why a lot of people like to come back to my show. They're like, wow, you're not like other interviewers. It's just like talking with a homie. Hell yeah.
Right, right. Shout out to Jay Webb, man. Have you read his book? Whoa, have you read his book, Purple Bananas?
I haven't yet, but I am gonna order it. But shout outs to Jay Webb for, if you guys didn't know, we did have him on the show too, which was dope.
I saw that. Yep.
So what we do when we have our guests is you just give a little brief introduction, who you are, where you're from, and then we will ask with the questions.
Well, I'm LBSickning, CEO of Sicko Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of titles. I'm a talk show host, if you will, podcast, whatever you want to call it. I run Juggalo World Network on the Signature Series Network. It's like under their network, you know what I mean? It's where the Juggalos can send in and I'll play your content, no matter if it's a TV show, a movie, music, no matter what it is. And, you just got to get a hold of me. I talked about that to Violent J and Shaggy and Jump Steady themselves on the Gong Show about 2 years ago or so.
Hell yeah, I remember watching that, and they seem to really love that idea.
Right. 2 seconds, man.
All right.
Had to tell the kids to turn that stuff down.
Hell yeah. How did you, may I ask, what is the website you use to make that banner you have behind you?
This?
Yes.
Shout out to Zuka, aka John Kinston. He's been a fan, and he mix and masters my music now. Like he became a fan of mine and jumped on board with everything I'm doing, and he ordered that for me. He's like, man, you got this cool podcast and I think it could be a lot better. Let me help out. And he started helping with my music. He helped me make flyers. He helps with pretty much everything I do. If I need him to do anything, he does it with me. It's pretty much just me and him.
Hell yeah, because I'm trying to find a good site where I can make the banner for my show, like how you can see is the layout right now.
I'll be sure to get the information for you and send it to you.
Yeah, because when I go to the gathering, I want to have my banner hanging out up and stuff.
Yeah. With the program I use, I just cut it right here, and you don't see all this stuff. Right. And then I put the cartoons.
Yeah, I like the effects that you use.
Thank you.
And I think that's one thing a lot of the Juggalo community has been needing is a lot of more creativity. And then it's funny when people like you and me get creative, we're getting shitted on. I'm like, what?
That's what's up. I like this better than Zoom. This is kind of cool.
Yeah. If you're ever wondering what this is called, it's called StreamYard. It's so easy to use.
Yeah, man. And shout out to, Killer C. Killer C, y'all remember him, you know what I'm saying? He just wrote a book, Crime to Christ, Thumbprints of God in the Life of a Criminal. And there's a song that's dropping with him and Zuka. I don't remember when. It's in a couple months.
Yeah, I guess we'll get started with the questions. Obviously, you're a YouTuber / podcaster / artist. So I guess we'll get started. Is what made you start doing music, or how old were you when you started writing music?
So when I was a kid, I was in a lot of trouble. The first time I ever saw the inside of a detention center or whatever, a jail cell, if you will, I was probably 9 years old, maybe even younger. And I didn't have a dad and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I was always looking for something to fill that hole, fill that void. And my mom ended up moving me in with my uncle. His name was Dennis Cook. And he had a band called Recoil. And he gave me the choice to have a bedroom and shit. And I chose not to have one of the nice bedrooms that, I wanted to be in the basement. The basement is where he practiced with his band. And I don't know. He'd tell me not to mess with the instruments. I'd be down there messing around. I can't play an instrument worth shit. I can make it sound good, but I can't play it. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Growing up around the music scene with him, rest in peace, Uncle D. It just made me fall in love with the music, and it's a gift and a curse, and it's a hard path in life to take, and 1 out of 1,000 people can make it. You know what I mean? But I believe that 100% in my heart that I can be one of those people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I can definitely see that too. Just like with your show, I can really see that too.
Right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Like I actually have plans to go to school, like to be back to school to maybe like take up like radio broadcasting and like take this show and make it like really like something serious.
Yeah, this is a little old school the way you do it. It's a little old school, the podcast and shit. I dig it. You know what I'm saying? It's old school look. Like I'm trying to make. You've seen the show, man. I'm trying to make my show look and sound as best as I possibly can. I want it to look like it deserves to be on television. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole reason why I started Juggalo World Network, because there's so many people like you and like me in this community that have talent, and it's unbelievable talent, but yet people see the word juggalo and automatically get shut off by it. You know what I'm saying? And I know ICP just started, Scrub Time Network. They're doing their Twitch. I'm cool being in the number 2 spot. You know what I'm saying? But we got juggalo content 24 hours a day playing on Signature Series Network. All you got to do is go to the website, signatureseriesnetworktv.com, and go down to the watch and go to page 4. You'll see Juggalo World. Click on Juggalo World. There's over 100 and something interviews that I've done. There's music videos from all kinds of Juggalo acts that's in the scene, mostly people that's been on my show. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And what's really cool is I got to tell ICP before I even created this, this is what I'm doing. And you know what I'm saying? And I've never heard anything negative from anybody about what I'm doing. So
exactly. And if you do, you what I do is I just keep pressing on. I'm like, yeah, you might have people that hate what you do, but might be jealousy. And that's one thing I like about your show too, is you're also like me and a bunch of other people. You just keep it real. You don't try to perpetuate yourself as being something. You're just being yourself.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been some trolls, and I actually wrote a song. It's called Trolls about it. You know what I mean? But I block those guys out. You know what I'm saying? Like if you come on my Facebook and you're negative in any way, shape, or form to me or any of my people, you just get blocked. I'm cool. Like if you come to my YouTube and you start trolling, your account will just get blocked. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to see that shit. If you don't ride with me, cool. Stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. You know what I mean? It's just the way I am.
Exactly. Like the best way I told people is I'm trying to make my show almost like the Juggalo underground version of the No Jumper show, where we see people that deserve that talent and recognition, and this is a show for them to like promote themselves, and we like to promote them. Like that's why I've always been known as the Karma Millionaire in the community. Dude. I give back and I ask for nothing else in return.
You've been around for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say shout out to Underground Wicked Radio too. Those were the first that's the first Juggalo podcast, radio show, whatever. I think back in the day he had like it on a radio thing. I don't know. And then he turned it into a podcast. But those guys have interviewed me more than anybody. Shout out to them. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Well, how did you come up with the name LBSickning, or did you even go by an old rap name back then?
Well, when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? When I first started rapping, I was probably 13, 14. I'm in my 30s now, But my name's Billy, William, William. Most people call me Billy back in the day. People don't really call me that anymore. 22 years of rapping, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was Little Billy. I always called myself LB. And then when I discovered MySpace and all that shit, and I searched the name LB, there's 4 million fucking rappers with the name LB.
Yeah.
So the first song, and this was before I even recorded any music, and I was always on the streets just rapping with my friends, And when I recorded my first song, it ended up being called Sickening, and it was with a group called the Frosted Gallows. And me and those guys kind of fell out, and then we were cool, and then we fell out. Shout out to Fallos. I don't know how Trixie's doing, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I took the name of the first song, took the E out of the word, and just created LBSickning. And the concept of it is like people make you fucking sick, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's 2 K's in this because it's sick knockout. Like that was you ever watch UFC and be like, damn, that was a sick knockout. You know what I mean? Like people can make you sick, and I'm a sick motherfucker, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
So of course, what we usually ask some of our guests is, how did you like discover like the wicked shit, and what was your like reaction when you first heard it? Like if you can remember, what was the first song you remember hearing that like grabbed your attention?
I'm kind of old school juggalo. You know what I'm saying? I found ICP. I was shown ICP from my older sister who never really even listened to the music. You know what I'm saying? She's never gone to a gathering. I don't think she's ever gone to a show. She's really a family oriented person these days. You know what I'm saying? But when I was a little kid, she just bought a car, and the sampler for the Riddle box was in the car. The tape, very rare tape where like they're in the carnival house and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she played me that, and I had that thing, I don't know, for a while, and then my cousin borrowed it, and his mom snapped it in half. And I didn't hear anything about ICP for, I don't know, 2-3 years. And I always thought, like, because if you remember on that sampler, they had 3 songs on it. It was Chicken Hunting, A Little Something Something, and 12, I think, was on the opposite side. And they had one more song on there. But I remember they only had like maybe half the song on the sampler, and I thought for years that that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody else showed me another CD, and I was like, "Whoa, there's more to this song." I'm rapping along with this song. This dude's like 25. I'm like 10, 11. You know, and he's like shocked that I'm doing that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, so you were pretty young when you got into it too.
Yeah, it's all over me, man. Juggalo tattooed on I got a Hatchet on my chest. Pretty much almost every tattoo I have is Juggalo related.
Yeah, I got into it when I was about 8, 9, or 10 too, and here I am going to be 32. It's crazy.
Right. They've been around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor to ever be able to do anything with the clowns. You know, they had me on their show. Violent J gave me a 9, Shaggy gave me a 6, and Jump Steady gave me a 6 on my music. I know why Jump Steady gave me a 6, because on the phone, the song that I played was the song that I sent with the email when they asked everybody to submit to come on the show, you know, and out of the hundreds of people they chose me, it's such an honor. But I sent them homage, and I asked Jump Steady on the phone when we were setting up for me to come to Detroit, do you think that that's the song I should play? And he told me, no, do a different one. And I don't know, something inside me told me to just do it anyway. You know what I mean? I wanted to pay homage to Isham. I wanted to pay homage to everybody that's coming in the game before me. And what a better way to do it than performing in front of ICP for the first time. You know what I'm saying? And in front of the Juggalo crowd for the first time. I don't know. I think that's why it gave me a 6 though. But I love the 6 from Jump Steady, and I love the 6 from Shaggy. I absolutely love the 9 from Jay. But those 2 6s, man, they made me work a lot harder. And now I've worked with so many people since then, man. Mainstream people, underground people. It's amazing what I've done. I can't believe I've got to do all this, for real.
Oh yeah, I've been watching you hustle and grind too, so just keep it up, man.
Thank you. Shout out to Tom Wood and Tom Putton, you know, the director of the United States of Insanity. They were just on the show. Shout out to DJ Clay. He was just on the show. So dope. Kung Fu Vampire was the first person I interviewed.
And that's one thing I've liked, is that ICP's been giving like a lot of like people props, like a lot of these other people, like even Juggalos for their stuff. Like I remember back in like 2017 or 18 when they like made that list, and they're like, shout outs to these Juggalos doing content, playing out there. When I saw my name on there, I had to double take. I'm like, what?
It hasn't always been like this either, man. When, you know, I remember being, 16 to 25. It wasn't really, I mean, the gatherings and shit were going on, but it wasn't like it is now. They didn't show as much love as they do now. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's why I liked that Violent J No Jumper interview. He said something that a lot of old school rappers are like afraid to say. He's like, we got to start giving props to some of these people in the younger generation of artists, because he's like, there is good, talented young artists out there. You just got to look.
Yo, dude, check out these fresh kicks. Ain't those dope?
Yeah, those are sick.
Ain't those fresh? I'm thinking about mass producing them and shit. We'll see. Hit me up if you want a pair. You know what I mean?
Who knows? Maybe we should get some Don Chaos kicks.
That'd be dope. I can show you how to make them, man. They're about $50, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Shipping and handling and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'd sell them for $60.
Pose at the gathering with them and go, this Don Chaos and LBSickning, come take our shoes.
Right. That's fresh. I was on the cover of what's this called? Realist magazine with Mars and Zuka.
Oh,
shout out to Mars. You know what I'm saying? We got a song together called Sarah. You know, I got to give a shout out to my boys, Project Born. You know what I'm saying? When they sent me their book, Forever in the Jacks, they put a picture, they put a bunch of pictures in there, and I had to frame it. You know what I mean? These are usually on my wall over there.
R.I.P. Half Pint.
Yeah, all day, man. It's just so sad. You know what I'm saying? Check out the song Homage with Frank Nitti. That's the track I did on the Gong Show with ICP. There's a little puppet cartoon. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love Frank Nitti. I've had him on the show too. Just hearing that dude talk, I could just like watch that dude for hours. Like I've learned a lot from that dude. Like me, I've learned a lot from people like in this industry. I've learned
That's
a lot
my music
from
uncle. I told him you're my music uncle. When it comes to this music family of mine, you're my uncle, bro. He was the first person, you know, that was above me as far as level goes in the music game, that gave me a shot, you know, that was like, yeah, I'll do this track, sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is a very humble dude too.
For sure, bro. Like he asked for an amount of money that I thought was too low, to be honest. You know?
Yeah, and he didn't have to do that, but he
Right.
did.
Right. Like I was like, whoa, okay. Are you sure? You know what I mean? Like, shout out to Frank Nitti all day. They've been on the show too. Him and Poke, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Like even like people like seeing like Ouija like give me props. Like I remember one time he just pulled me to the side, and he doesn't do this with anyone. He's like, bro, I appreciate everything you do, and he doesn't do that with anyone. And I'm the kind of person where you can feel their energy and you could feel nothing but love from those vibes.
Right. I've never got to meet Mac yet, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to. I like a lot of his music, man.
He's mad chill, and he's like also, besides you and Scum, he's like, I think what made a lot of people realize that they need to like be more creative, constantly be hustling and grinding these days.
Dude, it's hard. What I'm doing is hard.
It is.
I'm barely like, I quit my job to do what I'm doing because I make cartoons and all that stuff. You know, if you need a cartoon for a music video, for a podcast, for whatever, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? My cartoons aren't perfect. I use a program, but they're good. They're better than most, and you're not going to find anybody that's cheaper than me. And I don't know, man. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's like I can go a couple weeks with nothing in my pocket, and then all of a sudden people are donating to the show. I'll go from having nothing for weeks to having a couple $1,000s and paying all my bills, and it's insane. It's insane, and I'm very, very appreciative. Like I've been fighting for a very long time to be where I'm at. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's cool as fuck.
Exactly. That's why when I won that award, a lot of people say you didn't just win that award. You just showed that a lot of us could step up and that hard work pays off.
There's a lot of heartbreak in what I do. You know what I mean? There is. There's a lot of heartbreak in it. But that moment where when your heart's broken and somebody comes to you and they says that you changed their life for the better through what you do. That's what
exactly. And I get that a lot too at shows or events. Like people will come up to me and they'll be like, "Thank you for doing what you do for our scene and culture." And then I grab them and I go, "No, thank you, you."
For sure, you got to remember, man. There might be somebody watching right now that's all depressed and ready to fucking do some stupid shit, but they're instead of doing that, they're watching us and getting inspired.
Yeah, and because you and me are like still about the culture and the scene, we're not focusing on the negative shit going on because we know there's the outside world is already negative enough as it is. So why bring that into
if you
our
don't fuck
world?
with me, fuck off. It's that simple. Go fucking somewhere else. Go listen to Madonna and shit. Leave me the fuck alone.
Exactly. Or I tell people the world's messed up enough as it is. Don't be bringing that shit in my world.
How many millions and billions of people in this fucking world I'm cool if you ain't digging what I do, you know what I mean? But
if life has
a lot of people do.
And life is short. I've always told people, and people would come up to me that never had that mentality. I'm like, you just now realize that? I'm like, growing up, that's always been my mentality, that life is short. Just enjoy yourself. Don't hold grudges and stuff because life's too short.
Yeah, man. Fucking for sure. So what made you start the podcast?
I started doing this like next month will be like 5 years ago that I started doing this.
What made you start doing it?
Well, I wanted to like drop news, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes instead of just doing like a video on just one topic, you should just do like a podcast, and I was like, were some Juggalo podcasts out there, but there wasn't that many where they were like touching on a lot of stuff going on, and they weren't saying their opinions on stuff, or it was just like, you know what, I should do something like that. And for a while there were some underground Juggalo podcasts, but they were still like video format, not video, like voice format. Like you had Blog Talk Radio, and then I think you, me, and maybe a few other people were like the first to really start doing it in like video format.
Were you at the last gathering?
Yes, I was at the one last year, so we probably ran into each other.
Yeah, I think I did, to be honest with you, because I remember seeing the Carnival Spirits site and shit. I usually run with the OJM. I've only been to 4 gatherings, but
you probably did see me. I think I do remember you coming up to me and going, "Bro, I love what you're doing. Keep it up."
Right. I'm sure you were hanging out at the 10 a lot, because that's where I was, because I was doing the whole documentary thing. Did you see the doc I made?
I did. That turned out very dope.
Thank you. I wanted to show a different side. Like, I wanted to show a different side of the gathering. If you watch all the most of the documents, if not all of them, about the gathering, they're only showing the crazy shit, you know?
I know, and that's what I try to do when I go to every gathering. Is I try to document my journey and just me having fun, all the fun stuff going down.
That shot I got at the very beginning, I think it was the very beginning of, it was either part 1 or part 2 of that butterfly. I had a butterfly chilling, and then take a shot out, and it shows the gathering. It was like, dude, not in a million years are you gonna get that shot. You know what I mean? I wish I had a better camera for that shit.
See, that's why I don't know how people are bashing on juggalos like you and me that are just actually being creative. Like, I think that's one thing the community's been lacking here on YouTube, is there's like not a lot of creativity and stuff. I'm like, be creative.
Right.
Expand your mind.
It's going to be fun going back looking at all the comments of people.
Like, I love seeing a lot of juggalos that are creative. Like, I know, like, Wicked Dreamcast Creations. Like, she does so much dope art pieces. Like, she does jewelry. She does all that dope stuff, and she makes it, like, juggalo theme.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of dope. That's what I'm saying. That's what the whole network's about, man. So much dope shit in the world. Even if you make art, okay, put your art together. Put a cool song
and I
love to use.
Art.
Send it to me.
Like, I love art, and that's why I always tell people too, if you have art, send it to me, and I will show it on the show.
Right. So the network that we run, it's a television network, you know, and it's on all kinds of different platforms and stuff, and it's not free to run the network. So if you throw me, you know, I think it's $50 down and $20 a month, you know, and you come up with that money, and then you're on the network for an entire year. And that's the only reason is because it's not free to run. It's a television network, you know, and we don't show ads. We don't show ads because we don't want to. We want this to be for juggalos, by juggalos. Everybody has a way. If, like, say if you make a podcast and you want to get money for it, okay, I have no problem with you putting ads in your podcast. But as far as ads for the network, I don't do that. You know, if you want to make money, if you want to make money from ads in your show to keep you grounded and to keep you going, I'm cool with that. You know, there's a lot of ways that people can make money off of this, and that's what I did it. That's what I did it for. It's not just for me; it's for all of us. There's a lot of ways all of us can get paid off of this. All of us.
Exactly. And I've always said, if you want to get paid by something, you should get paid by doing something you love and because you love doing it.
Right. I love doing these cartoons, like creating something out of nothing and then sit back. It's so frustrating sometimes. But then when you're done, it's like, it's so worth it, bro. You know what I mean?
And what actually made you, like, how was like the music scene like in your area that you remember?
Well, it depends on the time. Like right now, shitty. There's a new spot I see everybody going to. I haven't gone there yet. But it's mostly small. Like, I'm in a small town, and I'm in between Toledo and Cleveland and Cincinnati and all that shit. And
yeah, I noticed Cleveland's been like popping really good.
Right. Cleveland's a different scene. Like if you go to Cleveland compared to Toledo, like Toledo's everybody's just sitting there staring at you. Cleveland people, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I
It's different.
noticed that too. Like some shows, even if they're in the same state, different cities or different vibes. Like I've
Right.
seen Cleveland shows and everyone's getting live,
Right.
having fun.
Cleveland shows are usually fun. Toledo shows, everybody's like, it seems like everybody's just up there judging everything that you're doing instead of having a good time.
Yeah, and I've even heard like even that Dayton shows get pretty live.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
I've
guess
been stuck all
growing up
over
in
Ohio.
growing up in Gen, you remember back in the day, how was like the Ohio scene? Like I know it was pretty small back then. Like you had like a few big name acts. Like you had, of course, Bone Thugs, who was the very first like to get. Whew.
Shout out to Wishbone. I've had him on the show. Yeah, it depends on where you're at in Ohio, I think. Where I'm at right now, right in this city right here, it sucks. Everybody wants to listen to country and shit. But so I got to travel to do shows. There's a show coming up in Clyde, Ohio. And if you want to go, I can't just put the address down because it's a private event.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want to go, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? If you're in Ohio and you want to go to this dope ass show it's on the 1st and the 2nd. You can camp if you want. There's going to be fire spinning, all that shit. It's pretty much a mini gathering. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Camp for putting that shit on. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. And then if you can remember, like growing up, like some people can remember and some people can't, but what was like the first piece of music that like grabbed your attention? It could even be something that someone in your family was listening to that grabbed your attention. Like me, I grew up, a lot of people in my family, they listen to country, but I also just remember getting into classic rock a lot because that's what my parents listened to.
It depends on how to answer that question. Like if we're talking about music that I enjoy, I'd have to say Bone Thugs and Harmony. But like the first music that grabbed my attention, that I don't listen to the shit anymore. You know, I grew out of that shit growing up to country and rock and all that stuff. Randy Travis, fucking Patsy Cline, Willie Nelson, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really listen to that shit anymore. I'm cool with it if you put it on. Like I'm not gonna like complain or nothing. But no, I'm more into the underground. I'm more into Bone. And if we're talking mainstream, like there are a lot of mainstream rappers I listen to. I listen to Lil Flip. Listen to to a lot of people. I got a track with Lil Flip. As far as music goes, though, man, I listen to everything, really. You know, I really want to.
That's pretty much how I am. I love music, but the music that's always gravitated towards me the most has been hip hop and rock.
I really want to work with Citizens Cope. I don't know if you know who that is, but like,
I don't think I have.
The dude's a cool vibe, dude. He's dope as fuck. I don't know. I want to work with that dude. As far as underground goes, I've worked with pretty much everybody that I want to work with in the underground. Just about like I want to work with Jerry Robertson, and he gave me a quote. It's coming up with the money for that, but the gathering's coming up. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Donate, help me make my dreams come true. You know what I mean? But there's so many people I want to work with. I got a song coming out with Scum. I've worked with Buckshot, Kung Fu Vampire. There's so many rappers I've worked. 1 Ton of Potluck, Mars. There's so many people I've got to work with. Cognito. Check out Pin in the Pad. It's a dope track. There's so many people.
I could see you and Damian Quinn doing something together.
I've reached out a couple of times. I don't know if he either ignores me or don't see the messages, but yeah, I think it'd be dope. Theron Reed, Psychotic. I've worked with him a couple of times. He's pretty dope. He made a track with Damian, I do believe.
Oh yeah.
He's made a track with both. Yeah, with both members of Dark Half.
R.I.P. Gino.
Yeah, Gino.
That
too.
Dude had such a unique.
I couldn't think of his name. Jeez, excuse me, man. What the hell? Fucking
yeah, that dude had such a unique voice.
Yeah, for sure, and he was before his time. You know what I mean? Shit was sad.
Yeah, and he just released so many music. Like there's still unreleased verses that he did with people that are just now coming up. Like, damn, he had like a whole life's worth of music. Jeez.
Yeah, dude was dope. Super dope. And unfortunately, while he was alive, he was completely underrated.
Exactly. It's sad that more people know about him now that he's gone. I was like, that sucks.
It happens, though. I just talked about that on my last interview with Big Tension. You know, sometimes there's people that make a lot of music and never make it, never whatever, until they die. Sad, it's true.
Yeah, same thing is like with podcasters. Like a lot of people don't give that person enough credit until when they're gone too.
Right. I'm here now. Love me now. You know?
Exactly. That's why one of my favorite Gino songs of all time is that song Sing For Me. Such a good song.
You got to check out the song that Psychotics got with Gino, bro. It's dope.
Oh, yeah, I definitely will. Definitely send me a link. I'll listen to that.
Yeah. It's dope. I've been trying to get Chaotic on the show and shit. Just time never matches up. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll definitely be on your show if you want to, or if you know anyone who would like to be on the show, send them my way, and I'll do the same for you as well.
Word, absolutely.
Because that's what I like to do. I like to help people out because that's what we need to be doing.
If you pay me to get on my show, if you pay them out, you know what I'm saying? If I'm down to do a show on you, I'm down to do a show on you. You know, it's that simple. But if you pay me to get on the show, there's a lot more that comes with it. You're going to get on a radio station with over 41,000 listeners. You're going to get that interview with me. You're going to get put on Juggler World Network for free.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? If you pay me to do it. But if I'm just going to do it for you, that's on me.
Exactly.
You know, if I ain't never heard of you and I think you're dope and you want to pay me to do it, I'm down, bro. You know, if I think you're dope enough and I got free time, I might just hook you up. But you know, don't feel offended if I won't, because there's so many people that's trying to get on. You know.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's one thing that I've been really liking is like, there's like so many good podcasts out there, like Juggalo Underground related, that get so overlooked. It's just sad. Like one I always tell people to go listen to. I'm like, go watch Deck One Dealt. Those dudes are dope.
Right. Word. Yeah. I like Blow the Dirt too. I think that's what it's called. Beneath the Dirt. That's what it is.
Yeah. Shout outs to Romebone. That dude is awesome.
Toxic and Plague. They've been killing it.
But I like how, like, when I interviewed Scum, he was like, you know, it's not just us artists who play our part in this scene. It's the people like you guys, the podcasters, that allow us to come on your show and you guys let us promote ourselves, or you guys even promote us. He's like, you guys play your part too.
Right. Word. 100%. Yeah. If without you, there's no us. Without us, you know, you're bored. So I guess.
Oh, yeah. And one of the questions we usually ask our guests is if you can remember, what was the first album that you remember buying with your own music?
With my own money?
With your own money. That's what I meant to say.
East 1999 from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Fuck yeah, that's a classic album.
Fuck yeah. It's my
like,
shit.
Do you remember the story like it was yesterday?
Yeah, it was in Tiffin, Ohio. It was at the mall and shit. I remember it was across the street, like in the mall. It was across the street from the pet shop and shit. And I had a tarantula. I still got a tarantula. He's over there. But I had a tarantula, and I would always go in there and buy crickets and then go across and buy CDs and shit. I spent my money on music when I was a kid. Always. I wish I still had all the shit I had. Man, I'd fill up my whole wall with CDs.
Yeah, I used to do that too, especially when I always got my allowance. Like every time when I knew there was going to be a new album coming out, I would go to the local record store and I would buy it the day it came out, because when certain stores, if you bought it the day it came out, it would be like on sale.
What was always fun about buying CDs in those CD stores, man, was like when I would go in, I'd have a collection of music, you know. I'd go spend a couple $100 because I just mowed a bunch of grass and shit and got money to do whatever I wanted with, you know. I'd be in there. I'd have Hanson and Nirvana and Insane Clown Posse, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and fucking Brooks and Dunn all in the same pile, and everybody's looking at me like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like,
I know I still get weird looks like that when I go to a local record store. Like I just get like a wide variety and stuff, and they're like, interesting.
Like I don't care. Like most people they want to know all about the artist. I get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't give a fuck about the artist. Sometimes I just, if it's a good song, it's a good song. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, at the same time, most of the people that like, there's people that I adore. You know, and if I adore you, I want to know all about you. I want to watch your interviews. I want to watch your shows. I want to know about you. You know?
Exactly. That's pretty much the format that I do with my show. Is like, if like you don't know like the whole artist or group's whole history, or even if they're just they don't have to be an artist or group, but I like to know about their history. Like when we first have them on the show for the first time, and then when we have them on the show again, I like to see where they're at from the last time we had them. Like I tell people, you don't have to interview someone once. If you interview them more than once, that's what makes cool content, because then people can go back and rewatch that and go, okay, what's this artist doing now since last time he interviewed them? And it's cool.
Right. I kind of want to do a second take on Kung Fu, since he was the first one to do it with me. And I was like a scared little boy, didn't want to fucking do the interview by myself, and had some random dude on the internet do the interview with me and shit. And then me and him fell off, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it by myself then. Then I'll have random people come, and I tell my story along with showing off the artist. What I do is I interview them, and then throughout the interview I play 3 to 5 of their songs, and then I close for them. And there's commercials and stuff telling you what's going on. It's a dope show, man.
It is.
I worked really hard on this shit. really fucking hard.
Yeah, I love what you do. Just keep it up.
Thank you. This is fun, man. It's a cool conversation we're having. Have you ever heard the song Toxic?
By who?
By me.
Yes, I actually do love that
What'd
song.
you think of that?
Shit was fire, bro.
You know, it's a true story, dude. My ex-wife is literally fighting a murder charge right now.
Did not know that. That's crazy.
Straight true story.
And that's something I'm trying to do too.
Justice
I'm trying to
Justice for Justin.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like a live series where like you know how people usually do discography reviews of an artist or group.
Right.
I'm trying to do something a step above that, where it's called a trip down discography lane, and we have an artist or a group, and they come on and they review their discography with us, and they're like, oh, here's something maybe about this song that you guys don't know about, or what the inspiration was behind it. I think that's cool.
Shout out to Jeff something. I don't remember his name. If he's watching, he knows who he is. He wrote my bio for this magazine spread that I was in. I was in the same magazine as Eminem and MGK. That was like a highlight of my career. And he wrote that bio, man. Shout out to him, bro. I end up using that bio in a lot of the websites that I have. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I always like to hear about my guests, and that's why I like to have a different guests on the show. Like I'll have people that are maybe up and coming that people might not know, but then they'll eventually know when they go back and look up this person. Interviews, they'll be like, oh, this person's first interview was with Don Chaos. Hell yeah.
Have you read Forever in the Jacks yet?
I haven't started reading it yet, but I have been reading the Rude Boy book, and I love it.
I was just about to say that. That's like that's one book that I haven't gotten yet. I want to get Rude Boy on the show, and I got a lot of connections to get him on the show. It's just I haven't read his book yet, you know.
Well, if you ever do, just let me know. I could probably hook you up with that too, since I have connections.
I haven't had the extra money to spend it on it yet.
Yeah,
but I will. I'll get it.
If you want him on your show, I can probably try to make that happen for you too, since I have those connections too.
The author of this book, Mike, he's been on my show with the Project Born, and
yeah, that dude's a phenomenal author.
He told me he'd make it happen, you know. So shout out to Mike, man. Shout out to you, bro. He also had me on Rocks TV. He did a spread on me and shit. Those dudes are dope.
Oh yeah. If
you go to my Twitter @TheRealSickning, it's a pinned post. You can see it.
Yeah.
It's dope, dude. I'm having so much fun doing this shit. You know what I mean?
And that's one of the things.
Dreams coming true. It's like I dreamed about doing a lot of the things that I'm doing right now all my life. And it's an incredible feeling. It makes me feel like I'm worth something. I have severe manic depressive disorder. I've been literally diagnosed with that shit. And this shit's honestly keeping me alive. You know what I'm saying? This and my kids are keeping me alive all day. So thank you to every fan. Thank you to every supporter. I love you motherfuckers from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You know what I mean? Even if you're a hater, bro, haters make you famous. So thank you too. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like it was always hard for people would ask me, how do you get on there on camera and just speak like to a lot of people like that? They're like, I have anxiety. I don't think I could do that. And then I tell them, come here. And then I tell them, guess what? I have severe anxiety, social anxiety. And they're like, no way. I was like, yeah, I do. But it doesn't look like it. I do, but I do.
If you ever watch me at my shows, I I never realized it until people started pointing it out to me. I'm usually like, I'm standing in the corner and I'm watching everybody and until it's time for me to go on stage. I go on stage and do my thing, and then I'll be on your face. Then I feel comfortable because I just entertained you, and we have a connection now. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's different. But yeah, super social anxiety. I don't like being around people. The gathering sometimes is hard sometimes I got to go hide. You know what I mean? That's just, I don't know. I'm a scary little bitch sometimes.
Yeah. And people ask me, then they're like, well, how do you battle that anxiety? I'm like, I just take a deep breath. And if I'm somewhere where there's a lot of fun stuff going on, I'll do it. Like I tell people, when you're at concerts or events or you're around people and stuff with that group of people, you feel safe. But if you're around where you're not around anyone, you're like, oh shit.
That's the high of the stage. The high of the stage is I'm afraid of that shit. I am afraid of being on that stage. I am afraid of being up there, being in front of all your judgments. I'm afraid of that shit, and I face my fear, and that's the high of it.
That's the best thing I tell people: face your fear.
Yeah, that's what gives me this passion and this drive that I have, because I like facing my fear, and I like when it's successful, and then I get compliments and props from doing something that I'm afraid of doing. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Like I've always also learned, and the way I always made myself comfortable is like when I talk, like especially public speak, I talk with my hands. They say that makes you feel like very comfortable, and that just shows you're a very motivational speaker.
Right. I do it a lot.
I just wish I took that advice when I was in school, because when I was in school, everyone can relate to that. The second the teacher calls you up to do your project in front of the class, you just freeze up.
Yeah. I
wish I would have known that when I was younger. But now that I'm older, I now face that. And now I'm more comfortable talking in front of people.
Yeah. High school dropout. Not even high school. I was fucking middle school, 6th grade. Dropped out. Shout out to Mrs. Eastman. If it wasn't for her, it probably would have been like 4th grade. But yeah, I was a horrible kid, bro. Horrible. Setting houses on fire, fucking robbing people. I was a piece of shit. Straight piece of shit. And then I don't know, I found the Juggalo world, and I started looking at the Joker's cards and telling listening to what Violent J and Shaggy were trying to tell me. And slowly but surely I became a better person. And I still got a lot of learning to do. I still got a long way to go, but I think I'm, I got full custody of 2 kids. How many felons have full custody of 2 kids? There's not very many of them,
Yeah, not a lot of people realize is that they've touched a lot of our lives. Like they've helped us get through so many lives. Like when I first met them, I told them, I know you guys probably hear this all the time, but thank you. I was like, your guys' music legit did help me get through a lot of shit in my life.
Yeah, and I got to say this. You had Zitro on the show, and Zitro shouted me out, and he kind of plugged the song Slayin', and we dropped that track, but we took it down. Well, the guy that owned it, Zuka, took it down. And we ended up putting Serenity Gemini, Candy the Clown on the track. And it's getting re-released July 9th. It's got Scum on it. It's got Scum, Zitro, Serenity Gemini, Zuka, and myself. It's getting redone completely. So if you ever got to see that song, you could still listen to the song. You still see the video. The video got taken down off of YouTube because it was too violent. So I put it on a second channel. If you look hard enough, you can find it. But that song, the way it was, is not how it's going to be. You know what I mean? July 9th, bro.
That's cool that you even got a track from Scum. Like, shouts to Scum. That dude
on
is
the show
humble.
too.
Scum is like humble as hell. Like people always tell me, they're like, when I hear his music, I'm like, oh shit. And then when they meet him, they're like, wow, he is very chill.
Very, very chill. I'll put it in the words of Zitro when he was like, that's the nicest Russian I know.
I know Scum made a joke like that on my show when I had it on. He's like, for now on, I'm just going to say, maybe that's just my resting Russian face.
Yeah. It's sad what's going on.
Yeah, he's a very smart, intelligent dude, too. Like, I've learned a lot from that dude. Like, I've learned that you're never too old to learn. Like, I've always watched and learned. Like, Scum's given me advice, Insane Poetry's given me advice. Even Frank Nitty's giving me advice. And I just sit and I listen.
Yeah, it's sad what's going on. Shout out to everybody in Ukraine and everything.
Yes.
And the racism that's starting to happen in society against Russians is fucking horrible. Like, they're lying to the people over there, man. Don't you remember World War II? They're doing the same shit they were doing over there, you know?
And even Scum could tell you, like, that's why he moved out of the country, because he will tell you Russia is there's
Fucked
some
up
parts
place.
of it that's nice, but he will tell you himself, since he lived there, that Russia is a very fucked up country too.
Yeah. There's quite a few fans. We got fans all over the world thanks to Spotify and Apple Music and all that, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of fans I got in other countries, and it's like some of the stories you hear, it's like, damn, man, you know?
Oh yeah, like even Scum says, yeah, Russia has a good music scene, but they're also very strict. Like there's an old interview where he would say that the horrorcore wicked shit scene is actually pretty cool in some parts of Russia, from what he's heard.
I'm sure. It's crazy. This shit's worldwide. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I never think none of us would even know that this genre would reach worldwide. It's cool. Like, I didn't know that I even had people that watched the show in other countries. Like, when I tripped out when I found out that there was someone in Belgium that watches my show. I'm like, what?
Right. Shit's cool as shit, right?
Or when there's people in Australia that watch you, or even in Japan, I'm like, what? That is awesome.
I mean, think about how many hours of content are being uploaded to YouTube every day. A person would have to live their whole life to watch all the content that's uploaded in one day. Their whole life doing nothing but watching YouTube. And for them to watch me out of everybody else, I mean, it's humbling. It's fucking cool shit, you know?
Exactly. And I've even told a lot of my other guests, when you start the people that you look up to start giving you props, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
It's nothing like it. Fucking
like when a lot of people that I looked up to are starting to give me props, I'm like, thank you.
Like when Violent J said at the Gong Show, he said that's this what we do. That's what we do. He said when it's kind of shit when you listen to it, it makes the sky turn red. And if you watch a lot of interviews where Violent J's talking and he's talking about Esham, he says that about Esham. He said that in the interview with No Jumper. The Esham's music makes the sky turn red. That's so humbling, bro. Listen to this man since I was 9 years old. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Shouts to Juggalo Collectibles in the chat. Hell yeah.
What's good, guy? Oh, Juggalo. Yeah, he's on my IG.
Yeah, he does some very dope content also on YouTube.
For sure.
Especially a lot of his like videos where he like makes them entertaining and funny. He does some of the funniest shit I've seen.
I'm glad how you keep it professional, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I like to do. I like to keep it professional, but at the same time, I like to make it just relaxing. Like a lot of my guests have told me, they're like, you know what? I've had other people interview me and they ask those like pressuring questions. They're like, you don't do that. I'm like, no, I don't.
Right. I can relate, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people jump on the show. Skits Craven's been on the show. There's been so many people.
Yeah, I've just noticed that a percentage of people that have been on my show are people that have played the Gong Show. And I've always even said when I would watch like the Gong Show or people that have played on the Twitch or even the Patreons, I was like, you know what? I need to get that person on my show.
So when I want to say this on here, maybe he'll reach out to me. There was a rapper. He was the third guy on the Gong Show when I was on it. That was a rapper. And I don't remember who gonged it. He got gonged.
I think you're talking about Big Chronic, maybe.
Couldn't even tell you. He knows who he is. Reach out to me, dude. I want to do a song with you.
Oh, yeah. I would guarantee it's Big Chronic. That dude is talented.
Yeah, I was shocked that Violent J I think it was Jay that gonged him, dude. I'm pretty sure it was Jay. I was shocked he got gonged.
And it's cool that I've been
rapping. He was singing and everything, but he was just standing there. So,
then maybe it wasn't Big Chronic. I don't remember then. And that's one thing I've been liking about the gathering last year. Like people were like, "There's not a lot of big name acts there." I'm like, this is bringing it back to the original roots of the gathering. They are making it a legit underground music festival with a few big name acts out there. I'm like, that's what makes it dope.
And I think last year was the first time I went since 2005. I mean, that's a long stretch, you know. And from what I saw on the internet and what I heard on the internet compared to the gathering that I went to reminded me of 2003, 2004, and 2005. It reminded me of the old school days. That shit was dope as fuck, you know.
Exactly, like, and it's cool, like, to see a lot of these artists that give their recognition. Like last year, there was like a lot of people that I've had on the show, and I got to see a lot of them perform, or I heard about them performing, and when I saw them, I'd give them a pat on the shoulder. I'm like, I'm proud of you, and I felt like a proud dad. I'm like, yes, this is your moment. You did this.
Right.
And it's just proud because, like I said, I have different guests on my show. I'll have up-and-coming people on my show. Then I'll have people that people are somewhat well-known. And then, of course, we'll have legends and veterans of people that are known. It's always cool to have a mixture of different guests like that.
For sure. I don't know. I've even had the lead singer of the presidency of the United States of America. Do you know who that is? Millions of peaches. Peaches for me.
Oh,
Millions
yeah.
of peaches for free. I mean, come on.
That's
just dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had quite a few good guests on my show. Like, I've had a lot of great guests on my show, but a lot of people tell me your biggest guest, Don, has been the legendary Flatliners.
Yeah, we definitely got to figure out a way to collab on a show. Like, make it, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll talk. I got an idea.
Yeah.
I don't want to
maybe do a little collab show too, where we interview people together.
Right. Maybe like make 2 shows, your show and my show, and combine them or something.
The hours of sickening.
Right.
The sickening chaos.
Right. Something like that. It's just chaos. The hours of sickening. There we go.
There we go.
I like it.
Well, and that's one thing I'm down is like to do like a lot of like collab work with a lot of people. Like if people just want to talk music, I'm like down to do that too, because I've always loved music. Like people want to go, oh, did you hear this song? What are your thoughts on it or something? Or you want to do an anniversary review of an album. I'm down to do that.
I appreciate you getting me on, bro. It's just fun.
Oh, yeah. All right. Jay Bazaar's in the chat. What up?
What up, Jay? That's my homie right there.
Yep. Make sure you guys go check out his release party as well next month.
Yeah, he's been on the show too.
Yeah, he's been on here quite a few times. I actually I recorded his set for him at the gathering last year.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe that's where you saw me too.
Yeah, way more than likely.
Because I was like his cameraman for him.
Yeah. Way more than
That's
likely.
one thing I liked doing is I like filming stuff for the gathering or even streaming it. Like some people say, oh, it looks choppy. I'm like, well, you got to remember, we're in the middle of nowhere. No shit.
Right.
And I told people I didn't have to film footage, but I wanted to. I'm amazed I was able to get good footage of me rushing the stage and getting on stage while holding my camera with one hand and jumping the barricade with one arm.
Right.
That was like just straight luck of the juggle. I'm like, okay, I'm either going to make this land this perfectly or I'm going to fall flat on my face. And I landed perfectly on my feet.
Yo, much love to Scotty D at Fago Lovers, man. That dude shows me a lot of love. If you go and you search LBSickning in Fago Lovers, you'll see how much love he's showed me over the years. And we're talking a good 10 years here. Probably longer than that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Scotty, bro. Scotty's so cool. Motherfucking homie.
Oh, yeah. Scotty D's mad chill.
Yeah, he is.
I like watching him do interviews, too. And that's where I base some of my interviews off. Like, I would watch how he did interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
And I noticed he does that, too, with interviews. Is he just makes the person feel comfortable and he just, like, talks back and forth with them just like a normal person. Like, I've watched other interviews where people are, like, just hounding the person and they're, like, you can tell in their tone that they're like kicking out there, dude, you did this. That's so dope.
Right.
I was like, Jesus. Now you can tell those people are like hounding, but then when there's people like me and you're like, dude, that was just awesome. Like, you can hear the tone in the voice that it's genuine.
Right. And like, they're just people. They're just like you and me, you know?
Exactly. I even told people, I am no one famous. Just because I am known in the community, I am not a celebrity. I am just like all you juggalos. I'm just another juggalo in the crowd.
The thing that I've noticed about most artists, okay, when you're on stage, you kind of feel like a god. If you go like this and everybody goes like this, it's like, whoa, you know? And artists like to feel like a god when they're on stage, but they want to feel like they're normal when they're everywhere else, you know?
Or if you're me, you want to feel like a cult leader. Purely speculation.
Cult shit for life.
Damn right. Damn right. Why do you think I'd say cult of chaos?
There's so many people that don't get that statement.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dope.
And is there anyone who you maybe haven't worked with that, even though you told me that you've worked with basically anyone, but is there anyone that you haven't reached out to that you would absolutely want to work with?
Dude, I'd work with just about anybody if you don't suck, you know? I feel like I'm to the point in my career where I'm not going to do it for free. I got bills to pay. This is a business, you know, but if you don't suck, I'm down, you know?
It's as the greatest quote from the Joker says, Heath Ledger's Joker, like when they ask him how come he hasn't killed Batman, he's like, if it's so good, how come you haven't done it? And then he's like, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Word.
Now, if you want to be humble and do it for free, that's fine.
Yeah, there's times and places for that, you know what I mean? And you can ask anybody that's ever gotten a cartoon off me, anybody that's ever paid for a show. I work with you, you know? I understand not everybody's got it like that. And we're all trying to make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? That's the point of the show, though. The point of the show is to get out there.
Exactly.
There's so much talent in this world. There's so much talent in this juggalo world of ours, and it's
exactly. And I told people there is talent out there. You just got to look for it.
Right. A lot of people hear juggalo rapper, and it turns them off. You know. Fucking guys rapping about fucking pantyhose. If you don't make good music, don't make music. Exactly. Keep practicing until you're good. Don't show people until you're good. That's my advice.
It's the same thing with this live broadcasting thing that you and me do. It's not easy. I've seen some people that try to do it. And I'm like, dude, no, just stop.
Right. Word. Then there's people out there that go and make a podcast and talk nothing but shit about people. It's like, dude, you really expect people to? I mean, you might make it being an asshole on your show, but it's not going to make it for very long because people are going to get sick of you being a dick. You know?
Oh yeah,
I've seen it. I've seen it with my own two eyes.
And we're definitely going to play some of your music. So let me actually pull up your YouTube.
That always makes me smile.
Let's see. Where's my room?
I'm going to grab a shot. Don't drink, kids. It's bad for you.
Of course, make sure you guys check out LBSickning. All his links down in the description in the stream.
Spotify makes me money.
Yeah, for some reason
for money. And if I did this for money, I would have quit 22 years ago. 21 years ago, I would have quit my first year. I do this because it's a passion, but I'm to the point in my life where I feel I deserve to be paid for what I do, man. You know, it's what we do it for. It's what we started for, right? It's what the whole dream's about, is to live off.
Exactly. And that's why I tell people I don't make money from this YouTube shit. I don't even make a side hustle from it. I was like, most of the money that I do for giveaways comes from my money that I make from working my hard-earned money. So don't say I don't love y'all.
Right. Word.
I don't have to do it, but I do it out of the kindness of my heart.
And like there's I think there's 4 free albums that you can get of mine. You can just go to Reverb or SoundCloud or whatever and download them completely fucking free. You know, I do free shit all the time, but I'm not doing everything for free. I got kids to feed. Shit.
And I laugh when there's people that feel like they have to film themselves doing a good deed. I'm like, no, hell no.
Right.
Like, you want to do a good deed, do it without the cameras.
I can't even see the chat, man. I can't see that far. If you watch my show, I'm always going like this, trying to read the questions. It's on my screen. I don't know why I haven't done it 130 something, 140 something shows. I still haven't wrote it down. But it's fuck.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What should we play?
Play that pen and a pad. That's just dope. Shout out
Funny, because that's exactly. We just had you just got in my head. I was just about to
play the one with Vito Banks. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what kind of vibe you're in. I mean, I make all you've heard it, man. I make rock sounding shit. I make rap, hip hop. I make trap, fucking love songs, shit that you want to fucking have sex with your sex doll with, all kind of shit.
Oh, someone in the chat is curious about what the song about the murder case is called, so they can check it out.
It's called Toxic. LBSickning Toxic. And then if you want to get real personal, hit me up on my social medias and shit, and I'll show you more about the case. The case. Okay, I can tell you the story before you hear the song.
Yeah.
So when I was married to this chick, she was on drugs and I was drinking. The whole situation was toxic. She came at me with a knife. She stabbed me in my hand. She stabbed me a couple times. Sorry, she was trying to kill me, and I fought back. And I'm not proud of it. It's like the most unjuggalo thing I've ever done is put my hands on a female. But she was trying to fucking kill me. And now nobody really knows what happened to this guy. He's been missing for 2 years. Her husband was on the run for 2 years. Her newest husband was on the run for 2 years. They just found him. He admitted all kind of shit. He said that they burned her body. She said that she forced him into the Ohio River by knife point. Justice for Justin all day long. I'm not trying to use this case as a way to promote my music in any way, but I did write a song about it. It's my life. I write about my life a lot, and this is a very big part of my story. I'm not proud of anything that happened in that shit in any way, shape, or form. Fucking it gives me nightmares at night. I went to prison for domestic violence and shit, and I should have never went to prison. She was trying to kill me. You know, I was defending myself from a fucking lunatic that just murdered a man. And once I found out that this happened 2 years ago, that's when I wrote this track.
Oh yeah, so we're actually gonna play that one first.
Go ahead, man. Can you show the cartoon?
I can't because I'm on my phone.
That's
otherwise,
good. There's a cartoon music video to this. So if you like this jam, man, go make sure you check that shit out.
Oh yeah, but we're definitely gonna play this song. All right.
This is deep.
All right, y'all. This is Toxic by LBSickning.
Cheers.
Yeah. Hey. 2021. Hit the mic and shit.
Hello, this is Springfield that I call from.
You're the only one I know that can make me lose my cool. Mama told me never hit a lady. Look what I go and do. You put the knife in me. You lied to me. We check each other's phones. Such a toxic relationship, but we both scared to be alone. Another night, another argument. You tell another lie, but I don't believe your shit. The tension's getting heavy. We both raising our voice. We both know the deadly consequences. We saying that's our choice. You think I cheated, but I didn't. I was out with my friends. Then I walk into the living room. Another fight begins. You punch me in my face, and I start seeing red. I say that you got one more time. You throw the chair in my legs. I want to run away, but I can't. This is all that I know. My wife's supposed to be my lady. This is like a puppet show. Who's gonna sleep with next? Who's gonna use those things? The shit just so complex. The girl just so perplexed. She don't even use safe sex for the reject. Shorty wanna be bad, but she'll never be that. Now she on the wrong kind of cold, and I be that. Hope you breaking kneecaps, booking trend, one tap, 25 years to your flatline. Just won't make it in the pain, won't be fine. Also fake, I know 5 points from Columbine, just a little bit. Man, out, cold out, she pulls tricks.
Come on a second to Kant's party, man. If you're in Ohio, come kick it with me.
You're the only one I know that can make me lose my cool. Mama told me never hit a lady. Look what I go and do. You put the knife in me, you lie to me. We check each other's phones. Such a toxic relationship, but we both scared to be alone. You're the only one I know that can make me lose my cool. Mama told me never hit a lady. Look what I go and do. You put the knife in me, you lie to me. We check each other's phones. Such a toxic relationship, but we both scared to be alone. Everybody called me the monster, tell you no monster, like I wanna prosper. This girl could win herself an Oscar, such a good fire. Burn girl stuff in the fire, cause you said that you love me. I fall for it, dummy, you're taking my pride from me. But now you're liking it so real hell, it's time for your come ring bells. If I told everything I know, you know you would never come home. I know all the lies you told, just a scared little girl all alone. No fortitude, just a prostitute, to sell your ass in your birthday suit. Now you killed that man, don't know what you do. As time goes by, it's gonna eat at you. How many times have you thumped those bricks? How many books have you read? That's it, you gotta sell it, doesn't time fly quick. I might go and write you on JPay when a song comes out, so you'll hear what I'm saying. Hope to take your life and I count your days. Tell me how it feels when that needle goes in. Tell me how it feels when that needle's your skin. Do you like that dope going in your veins? You use spike dope to supply your brains. There's only one thing that I regret, how you treat my daughter like a pet. If I could take it back, would I never met you? Look at what you've done, what you put us through. Shelby, love, I'm coming for you. Know that daddy's here, the day is coming soon. Soon. You're the only one I know that can make me lose my cool. Mama told me never hit a lady. Look what I go and do. You put the knife in me, you lie to me. We check each other's phones. Such a toxic relationship, but we both scared to be alone. Scared to be alone. We both scared to be alone. Scared to be alone. Such a toxic relationship, but we both scared to be alone.
That whole fucking situation sucks.
Yeah, but you made a great song out of it. And that's one thing I've always loved about music. If something comes from something real that happened and a good song comes out, that's the kind of music I like. Music that comes from the heart.
Right. If you were paying attention at the end of that, I said something about Shelby. And Shelby, if you ever grow up and you look up daddy's stuff and you see this, I want you to know I love you and that I did fight for you. And I'm still fighting for you. And word has it, I don't know how true it is, word has it that bitch's mom is going to go down with all this shit too, because she was helping the fuckboy murderer and fucking piece of shit run for 2 years. So if that happens, I get my daughter back, bro. You know? And the detective of the case already told me he's not even going to call Children's Services if that happens. He's going to call me. He's looking up, he's trying to get as much evidence as he can to have a case against this fucking cunt. Excuse my language. I know we're on YouTube. But you know, I hope I get my daughter back. And you know, it is what it is, man. Life is crazy, bro. And I still wouldn't take anything that happened back. I went to prison over that. It changed my life. It made me a better man. It made me a better person. It made me think before I act. But the bitch tried to kill me, you know. And for a long time, I thought that I was a fucking bitch for ever even fucking fighting her back. But the bitch tried to kill me, you know. And it's not like this was some 4'5", 100-pound soaking wet female. This was, you know, a gangster ass chick for real. And she just killed a dude, man. I mean, and it's a repetitive thing in her past. According to the detective, it's a repetitive thing. I didn't know this, but I'm not the first person that she did that to. And now she went all the way and she's graduated and she murdered somebody. Dude, when we were married, bro, she would sit there and she'd be like, bro, let's be Bonnie and Clyde. Let's be Bonnie and Clyde. We could kill your baby mama if you want to. And I'll never tell on you. Like,
oh, Jesus.
You're a fucking psychopath, bro. Like, you're nuts as fuck. The thing is, she hated the Juggalo scene. She didn't want anything to do with it. She didn't listen to any of the music. Look at my son. Hey, they can see you, bro. Just let you know. Say hi.
I have a kid. He got no shirt on.
Well, yeah, the whole situation sucked. But hey, in the end, you know, in the end, I hope that I get my daughter and people learn from the mistakes that were made in that situation. So,
yeah. And we're going to get into another song. We're about to play Pen and Pad.
Shout out to Cognito, man. I hope you all remember Cognito. Cognito used to be signed to Strange Music. He was also signed to No Limit at one time. He's done music with Master P. Fucking, he's a fucking legend. He does his own thing with Anarchy Nation now, and he's been on my show. It's Just Music. Check it out. He's got a great interview with him. Very humble guy, man. There's also a cartoon music video to this one too, man. Hit that shit up. Yeah. This shit's dope.
Definitely send him my way. I would love to interview that dude.
Just hit him up, man. There's actually a guy that like sets all that shit up, man. I'll hook you up, bro. He's cool. He's cool.
Who was the name of the producer for that last song, Toxic? Who did that beat?
Anyway, Will Productions. I don't 100% fully own that beat. So if you think that you can do your thing to it and think you can outdo me on that shit, I advise you to go to Anyway Well on BeatStars and download those beats and fucking show me up, bro. What's up? You know what I mean? But I rights to them. Buy the rights to them. Buy at least 50% rights to them so you can do what you want with your fucking song. You know what I mean? But don't just go download that shit. Be a cheap ass.
Oh no, I would just love to interview whoever produced that because that beat went hard.
Anyway, Well is can you go get her to turn that down? Anyway, Well is a collaboration of 3 different guys, and they're from another country. I really can't even tell you what country it is. I haven't talked to them.
Oh hell yeah,
they're dope. Yeah, they're dope. They make some really good music. A lot of everything that you see on Spotify and Apple Music and all that, it's by 2 different producers. It's either Anyway Well Beats or it's John Zuka Production, John Kinston Zuka Productions. Those are my boys. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, like that beat you could tell was really professionally made. And when you told me that those dudes like live in another country, I was like, damn, it seems like there's like a lot of talented producers even outside the country. It's crazy.
Yeah, they hooked me up when I went to them and I heard of one beat. I got full rights to one beat, and then I asked them like, dude, come on, hook me up. Let me at least make some money with you. Let's make some money together. And they gave me a whole fucking book of beats for a disclosed amount of money. And I still got a lot of those beats I haven't used yet. So there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come.
Hell yeah. So we're going to get into this next song, y'all. So here we go.
We're just vibing in this motherfucker. It's just dope.
I'm dumb as fuck. I'm gonna keep going on, call me rabbit. Got these overalls in this jacket. Got this pen and pad, and I'm rapping. They tell me I shouldn't quit. They tell me I'm gonna get rich. They tell me if I keep holding on, my life's gonna be the shit. But what's it worth? What's the purpose? Make my stomach close the curtains. And I'm stuck inside these 4 walls. They call me crazy, and that's for certain. I've lost so many friends. I think so many enemies. Talking alongside Pinocchio. They counterfeit the whole life of show. Are you talking like these crazy? Driving the car, you miss Stacy. You hating while I work late. I'm passing through, never heard of you. And swear you come on. You ain't go that strong. You be a cousin song. That you laying in the yard. I told you that we sick. Cognito, sicko, we straight music, no limit. And Anarchy Nation burn the whole world like Satan. Aftermath, and we only play in disarray. And what you saying? We sick. With all this time we put in. I just wanna be somebody. Soon something's got to give. I just wanna be somebody. Through all the sweat and the tears. I just wanna be somebody. It's time to persevere. I just wanna be somebody. Came back and just skip a beat. That ain't shit to me. My history says I fire up verses like pistol beat. Fuck the crap, you can keep it. I don't wanna master rap. Mostly y'all wait till after the fact and then y'all ask what happened. Here's what happened. Came to come, started rapping, made it off. Started cracking, same as clockwork. Jealousy's cancerous. Fucking answer this. You grown to call labels looking for ass to kiss. Support music, pro rap union, sort of an activist. If I had a quarter for every band and performer, curving the former, talking about whips that they can't afford. And I swear to y'all it's boring. That's why I stick to my own devices. Told them my soul is priceless. So cold that I sold it twice. Always take the time to consider it. Mostly kinda considerate. Hit him with lines at times you might define as illiterate. That's the type of shit I've come to expect. Just give me love and respect and hit him with sicko till there's none of them left. With all this time before the end, I just wanna be somebody. Soon something's got to give. I just wanna be somebody. Through all the sweat and the tears, I just wanna be somebody. It's time to persevere. I just wanna be somebody. Still you don't see I'm underground, that's my scene. I'm blacklisted on Facebook and I'm blacklisted on Twitter. We could talk about my catalog, it doesn't even matter. I'm busting my ass, I get to where I get mad. And if you're hearing this track, 22 years in this fast, I'll be some guy of a tiger. Gotta get my cousin to fight her. I gotta get my mother to retire. With my tongue, I'll start to fire. God forgives and I'm a liar till my throat is tired. Sacrifice, I'll give my life to make my children alright. I can't give up on this fight. I am depressed and I can't let it show. There's people that is on the road. They'll say they'll never pick their phone or head to my stone to leave me a rose. I am going alone. I'm heading straight down the winding road. With all this time before the end, I just wanna be somebody. Soon something's got to give. I just wanna be somebody. Through all the sweat and the tears, I just wanna be somebody. It's time to persevere. I just wanna be somebody.
God damn.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's one of the best tracks I've ever made, to be honest.
I could see
That shit
that
is hard as
song
fuck.
playing at the gathering. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. To get
I could,
Cognito
like,
to come to that, you know what I mean?
I don't know
think
why.
he
I
would.
could just like picture you on the stage with that song, and you're just like wearing like dressed like a freaking cult leader performing that shit.
Right, man. Like, gather the dreams, man. Come on, guys. Fucking go fucking tell the motherfuckers you want to see me. Let's go.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of good positive feedback in the chat too. Everyone's loving that shit.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
So yes,
on a
everyone
mainstream level,
get
can we play one more? Can we play one more on a mainstream level, man? Play that track with Lil Flip. I think he froze. He froze. Is it my internet?
All right. I did that perfectly planned.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that ever does happen. Just you can continue talking because my internet does do that sometimes.
It happens. Well, if we could play one more track, bro, let's do it on a mainstream level. Fuck the mainstream, you know what I'm saying? But this is a mainstream track. I mean, a lot of people talk shit about I did a track with this dude because he's mainstream. Okay, who gives a fuck? So did ICP with fucking ODB and all kinds of other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Kiss my ass. This was dope as fuck. Lil Flip came to town when I was a kid and he let me open for him. I thought he was dope. So years later, I'm like, yo, let's do a track. And bro, he fucking blessed me. When's the last time you heard from Lil Flip? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
God, I haven't heard that dude in a long ass time.
Flip, flip, flip. This is the way we ball. Come on now. The song Sunshine, motherfucker was dope back in the 90s and early 2000s and shit.
Yeah, he was.
He's still dope. He's still fucking dope. He's got his own podcast and shit. Shout out to Lil Flip, man. Thank you for getting me on. Shout out to his fucking manager, Tum Tum, I think his name is. Some shit. No, that's the dude he raps with.
And then what's the name of the song?
Yeah. It's called I'm a Sicko.
All right.
It's like the song, you know what I'm saying, for Sicko ENT, if you will. I'm a sicko, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I show love to the Juggalo world in my verses on this because I know this is kind of a mainstream track. So I figured, hey, if this is kind of a mainstream track, if you will, then I'm gonna show love to the Juggalos because that's what it is. So wait till you hear these lyrics. It's dope. This has like 25,000 plays on Spotify, something like that, and 25,000 plays on Apple Music. It's like my number one fucking played song. It's just fucking fresh.
Oh yeah, bro. All right. I have good speakers on my TV. I just noticed.
Yeah. You got to get a sound bar.
I do.
Yeah. With all this time we put in. I can't wait to do this show in a second. This shit's gonna be so fun. I love going to and doing shows with those guys, man. It's so dope.
Hell yeah.
The last show I did, I was in between songs and this chick in the background. You can see it. You can watch it. If you search LBSickning live on YouTube, you can watch this show. In between songs, this chick goes, "LB's creepy and weird." And fucking, what's cool is I was opening for Buckshot, the weirdo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, LB's creepy and weird. It show's fresh. I laughed so hard when I heard that the first time, as I didn't hear it when I was on stage. You know what I mean? If I would have heard that shit when I was on stage, I probably would have said something cocky or something.
Hell yeah, y'all. This is LBSickning featuring Little Flip. I'm a sicko.
Whoop, whoop.
And who else does it feature? Flip Gates.
Flip Gates is Lil Flip.
That's
Lil
right.
Flip,
duh.
Yeah, Lil Flip, aka Flip Gates. It's also got Blaze Hunter. Blaze Hunter is the owner of Signature Series Network. Blaze Homer. I'm sorry, bro. Blaze Hunter. That's my motherfucking homie, dude. That's my fucking homie, dude. He's just as close to me as Suzuka is. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Here we go.
This Blaze Hunter. We got LBSickning. We got Lil Flip. Let's go. Ooh, I'm a pride. I'm a sicker. I'm a sicker in these streets. I'm a boss. I got 'em. Sicko, we a team. Nice when you people that be feeling the way that I do. We also got that table you be acting like you in high school. Hey, get your money right. I'm high on the satellite. I worked for one homie. This so gold is not a dream. This is Sicko, we and we on that night one to team. How many times you tell me to put the mic down? Now it's time to put my city on the phone and now we fire. Wow, I didn't know a juggler rapper could ever come so hard like this. Look, another fella who turned his life around. I'm fucking pissed. The hockey wants your challenge. I didn't send no worry. Fire. Troy the haters up so bad they have no choice but to retire. I might live in Ohio, but I was born in Texas. You can get the horns if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. Dedicated to Ryan. Sicko, we a team. I'm the coolest of two. I'm a G in these streets and you see that they cool. I'm a scholar to that game. I'm going to get cool. Crossing me, that would be foolish. Cause I'm a beast, I'm a dog. I'm a problem. I'm a sicko. I'm a sicko in these streets. I'm a boss. We a team. This ain't no magic trick. I pulled up in the Patrick. That's Mr. Fat Pat. That's why the front crack. Looking down, pulling with a fist full of grain. I got 2 pints, so I'ma get it on the plane. And I'm extraterrestrial. I'm swerving on pedestrian. Swing clips, they go both ways. I guess they lesbian. With 25 lighters on my dresser. And I can't remember the last time I smoked red blood. Ain't looking at me. I got the heckler copy. What you expect from Poppy? My Poppy's extra stocky. And when them swingers hit that pavement, it makes fun fly. Don't piss me off, cause you'll see tails from the dark side. Cookies on my tray. All you rookies come and play. We do it bigger in Texas. We the Lone Star State. You not a factor. I'm about to track the 2 swingers on me. I keep it gangsta, homie. That's why I bang on me.
Okay, I'm getting down. I'm getting down, ain't you?
I'm a sicko. I'm a sicko. Ooh-wee.
Make way for hip hop's Aristotle. Only paydays, no pit stops, heavy throttle. Pedal to the metal, wish I would see a red light. Never would I settle business good, keep that red tight. Blaze Hunter, night, wanna check the stat sheet. Your favorite rappers, rapper running things like a track meet. Legend in the game, bro, you need to pay homage. I catch one out of nowhere to the head like Bonnet. I rock it like Eric Gordon, I'm bossy like Eric Gordon. I lock in and tell your organs in alphanumeric order. I drop it like Randy Orton. Try me and I pays it, baby. Crime schemes are crazy, baby. Hobbies are greatest, baby. Quit with the theories, just get me signature series on me. Just picture the fury I used to get you to hear me. I'm a beast rap baller, I'm a dog. Just believe I got dollars, I'm a boss. I'm the coolest of 2 days. I'm a G in these streets and you see that ain't cool. I'm a scholar to the game, I'm on to get cool. Crossing me, that would be foolish. Cause I'm a beast, I'm a dog.
Be quiet. They can hear you. There's a microphone right there.
God damn.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All day.
You're definitely getting a lot of good feedback in the chat.
Yeah. Check out the cartoons, man. Those are all dope as fuck.
Yes. If I had my computer, I would definitely be screen sharing that shit.
For sure.
So how was that to approach Little Flip? How was that? Tell us the story about that.
It's the same. And I approach everybody the same, like they're fucking people. What's up, man? I'm LBSickning. Fucking, I want to work with you. It's that simple. And it's either a yes or a no, or it's I'm going to acknowledge you but ignore you for the next 6 months until you prove to me that you really want to work with me. You know, you got to be persistent. You got to be consistent.
Exactly.
Blaze Hunt, the dude that's on that track with me, he calls me Mr. Consistency, and that's the name of the game, man. You got to keep going. Can't give up.
Exactly. Like in days like this, even if you're like a podcaster too, you want to work with fellow podcasters or YouTubers, and if they don't reach out to you, sometimes you just got to kick in that door.
Right. Word.
Kicking straight the door, and be, as Biggie would say, kick in the door.
And a lot of people won't understand one of the tracks I just let out. I just let out Junkies Hang with Junkies, Chopped and Screwed. The Chopped and Screwed shit comes from RIP DJ Screw. It's a Southern thing, man. It was really, really popular in the 90s. There were people on lean and shit. So DJ Screw would slow down the music.
Yeah.
So instead of junkies hang with junkies because they want to get high, I got this dope inside my pocket. I'm just trying to get by. It's junkies hang with junkies because I want to get high. I got this dope inside my pocket. Like, Chop and Screwed, bro. It's fucking fun. And shout out to DJ D for Chop and Screwed and that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. We're going to actually play 2 more songs. We're going to play Watch Your Brothers featuring Kung Fu Vampire.
Shout out to Kung Fu, man. That's my fucking dude. He's very, 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 very humble. You know what I mean? And there's some artists that I've worked with that I no longer get along with that he works with, and he doesn't really give a fuck about that shit. He's still cool with me. So
hell yeah, y'all. This track's called Watch Your Brothers. Shaw. Freaking ads. There we go. No one wants to hear a Domino's ad.
Play that ad, motherfucker. Makes me money.
True. Of course, now it don't play.
I'm just playing with it. We're on a podcast. Don't play the fucking ad.
There we go.
Sicko ENT. Yeah. I see the signal, it's simple, plus planet symbols. It's across the story's chance. Crime scene is just a riddle. Implications, it's a murder. Suspect his own brother. There's 100 ways to die. Here's pressure, bellow, smother, ain't. Why'd you go do that? I told you once I'm a real cool cat until you double cross me. And then you go and lost me. I'm on the road, I'll picture perfect till I look behind the curtain. Now I know that shit was worth it. Now I know that shit's for certain. Tell me where they do that and my heart's gonna melt when your brain's gonna split. Nothing but a sewer rat. I guess they call me Shredder's cat. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Watch them every Saturday. Whether they love his child's play. Till he took his life away. Till he took his life away. He's dead to me. Till he took his life away. He's dead to me. Till he took his life away. Till he took his life away. It's fucking dead to me. I see the signals, it's simple, plus planet symbols. It's across the story's chance. Crime scene is just a riddle. Implications, it's a murder. Suspect his own brother. There's 100 ways to die. Here's pressure, bellow, smother, anger. Watch your brothers, they might not love you. Watch your brothers, they'll double cross you. Watch your brothers, cause he might just be your enemy. Lying on your every movie, what's your whole identity?
Watch your back from the ones whose backs you watch. That's the surface that they scratch. Try to snatch your cash, they closely plot on all your moves and pray you ride. And disapproved, all the homies drop. Ain't no respect left, loyalty repressed. The state of the situation sadder than the occupation, leaving me breathless. That's why I try to stress less. What's the point? Another letdown. I know the depth now. It's on the surface. See, everything I do is buried below. So I can't relate. It's deep. It aggravates as I calculate all the splits and the damage. It ain't worth the risk. Up the kids, it might as well split some fentanyl and slit your wrist. Ain't nobody trusting you. That's a myth. I can predict that you'll show up hella drunk and inflict deep-rooted pain. Ain't new to the wounded gang. Scheming on a loved one. A little monetary gain. LBSickning and Kung Fu Van. Here for change.
Yeah, I see the signals, assembled, blessed by the symbols. It's across the soulless chest. Crime scene is just a riddle. Implications, it's a murder. Suspect his own brother. There's 100 ways to die. He used pressure, bellow, smother, aim. Watch your brothers. They might not love you. Watch your brothers. They'll double cross you. Watch your brothers, cause he might just be your enemy. Lying on your every movie. What's your identity?
That shit is so hard.
Keep up the great work, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
And we are then gonna ride out with the song. Let me find it.
This dude likes my music. That's what's up.
Yeah. That's why I recommend the book that people would really like to read. It's called This Is Your Brain on Music, the Science of a Human Mind, and explains why people fall in love with music. Like maybe the beat attracts them first, and then it's the lyrics, and just something uncontrollably makes them move.
I would definitely say my music is more about the lyrics than anything, but you know,
It is.
That's me though.
Yeah, I can feel a lot of those lyrics. Like you can tell when you can feel someone's words penetrating through like the speakers, or you get what they're saying, and you're like, yes, and you get what they're saying.
Right.
Let's see, where is that?
It's not for everybody, but
Exactly.
I appreciate those that dig it. You know,
It's like my show too. It ain't for everybody, but we just have fun here on the show, and we
Right.
just have fun. And we also just want to give back and help promote people that have talent like yourself as well.
Appreciate you.
Again, you guys need to check out this dude. Not only is this dude a rapper himself, he has a podcast radio show called It's Just Music. So check it out.
Sicko ENT, baby.
Exactly. And this last song we're going to play before we let you go, we're going to play the song Homage featuring the legendary Frank Nidia, Project Born.
Woo, woo!
Where's that horn sound effect for the radio? I'm definitely going to add that where it goes.
There you go.
Y'all wait.
That
I
works?
said I'm going to step up the show, and I'm going to add that sound effect now on the show.
Who's Frank Nitty? Tell me which one it is. I'm testing your juggaloism.
Yeah, we're testing y'all.
Which one is it? Is it the guy on the right, the guy on the left, or the guy in the middle? Let me know in the comments.
Hell yeah, y'all. This is LBSickning featuring Frank Nitti of Project Born.
Woo, woo!
Flint Town!
This is the way we ball.
Yes, it is. There we go.
Sometimes you gotta pay homage. LBSickning to the ones that came before you. Walking on the flag now, with a rock my grind. In a big suit, see the holding my heat up. Don't get your ass small, like reefer. He shot ready for the time with his shit. Detroit speed, I'm speaking of a dog. Devils grew that dirty talk. Let me wanna holler. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'll be there it is. 666, it kinda sucks. We ain't cookie shit. They told me something through the devil. In the moon, I got the shovel. We shot booming, mental stress. So we shit is never die. That's the rain that's in the sky. Sometimes you gotta pay homage to the ones that give you the same. Don't want to this shit. I ran with it and I was with this. It go shit. No women and no SCP. If me shot didn't make sense. No one so I don't get. I'm just speaking of some real shit. I'm kinda mental and I'm sick of this music. I should deal with it. American made angels and demons. Homie got shots from a 45. Used to go in your
Homage, paying homage. Just serving them, just for dirt. Getting it, but let Johnny sit with it. You gonna need that coffee bag. I'm gonna give you 2 tags. Hell, this Jesus with me. Can you tell? Rest in peace, rest in this. Return of the baby killer. First in my elbow. Hurt them, think it was a now. Let me keep my sister from truth. Every wicked clown. See, once you let this shit go on, I'll bet your ass is down, y'all. And it's your bull guards.
This is how much I got to pay homage to the people that influence me to grab the mic and say what I wanna. Daddy Kane, UGLL and Ice-T, KRS and WA, Rakim and Eric B. You talking sounds, Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. Man by nature is delayed, and Dr. Face. Latino brother Mitch, brother ghetto boy, my ghetto boy. TOC and G quick, let's get fucking with them ghetto toys. Uncle Luke, Biggie Smalls, Red and Holy Breeze. Twisted Tech, 9, Goose Conflicting Jay-Z. Too short, Jada Kiss, Mac and P and L in the group. The hot boys and young money got money but down too. The Beastie Boys, you got Ludacris, not Rocky Brown. Big Show, Big Punch, I ruin an insane clown. Sumo, DPD, Craig, Mac and Lotus. Into Shandy, PMD, and a shooter shot to Van Bada. Running C and a trap boy. Running flow with that crush dude. Bone thugs on the first of the market with something to my rocks to. DMX and E40. RIP to my homie Bree. And everybody who contributes to hip hop. Peace out, let's be that beat.
Paying homage, paying homage. Homage, paying homage. Homage, paying homage. Paying homage. Homage. Paying homage. Paying homage. Homage, paying homage. Homage, paying homage. Paying homage. Yeah. Sicko ENT. Freight Nitty from Project Board. Paying homage, bitch. Yeah. Sicko ENT.
That's Uncle Frank.
Fuck yeah. That's why I even told Frank Nitty when I interviewed him, I'm like, Frank, you are one of the most underrated rappers, in my opinion. I'm like, bro, people just don't know.
Dude. And like, even after his medical problems, he can't, you know what I mean? Like everything, there's so much in that book about these guys, man. Read that book.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on my list.
Inspirational. Very inspirational. They never gave up, even with everything and everyone against them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
was
And
dope.
knowing that they were still in high school when they came out, I'm like, yes.
Music is all they know, you know, music and the hustle. And then they're from Flint, man. That's one of the most hardest places in the United States of America, man. Can't even fucking drink the water and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck. So yeah, again, y'all need to check out LBSickning, his music. You know, he's also a podcaster himself. He has the Juggalo Network. So if you guys have content and you maybe want to provide some of your content, just let him know where they can hit you up, bro.
I sat here and did 3 shots with you. I kind of got a buzz now.
It's all good. That's what we do. We make this show lit, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Just drink responsibly if you're going to drink.
Yes. As long as you drink responsibly, which I do.
I used to not to, but I do these days.
So yeah, before we let you go, do you like have any shout outs? Of course, can Don Chaos and Carnival Spirits get a shout out?
Straight shout out to Don Chaos, the Hours of Chaos podcast, Carnival Spirits, all you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on the Signature Series Network crew. Shout out to Blaze. Shout out to Mr. Cooper, K Will, all the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that helps with Sicko NT. Above and beyond anybody, shout out to Zuka, John Kinston. I love you, brother. You're my motherfucking family. Shout out to Jeffro. If you're still watching, bro, I love you, dog. And shout out to Mom. I'm sure she's not watching. She's probably in bed. She probably never watches shit, but someday she might. I love you, Mama.
Oh, yeah. As I tell a lot of my guests, bro, you're always welcome on the show. I know you've been a fan of the show for years, so
yep.
I just want to say thank you also personally, because I like to thank a lot of people that have been watching the show for a while. So personally, thank you. And when I meet you in person again, I will tell you thank you again in person.
I got to tell you this. There's 3 podcasts that made me want to start my own podcast. Underground Wicked Radio, the Play It T show in Cleveland, Hollywood in the Hood, and you. I combined those 3 shows and made It's Just Music.
That means a lot to me, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, man. All day.
Hell yeah. Well, like I said, you're always welcome on the show. You guys never know. We might be doing a little collab stuff in the project, and it's not just going to happen once. It's going to happen quite a few times.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
But that really made...
Bro, your family, homie. Woo, woo.
Hell yeah. You have a great night, bro.
You too, homie. Woo, woo. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
This was fun.
Peace.
Much clown love.
Hell yeah. Later, bro.
Later, bro.
Hell yeah, y'all. This was a great show. I keep telling you guys, this show is just getting better and better. I did not expect that to hear that for one of your inspirations, LBSickning. I did not really expect to hear that I was one of your influencers into doing a podcast. That means a lot. I did not expect to hear that. I really didn't. But yeah, make sure you guys go check him out. Just check out LBSickning on all his social medias. Instagram. Check him out here on YouTube. He's got his music page. He's a podcaster as well. Very entertaining. He's another one of those Juggalo underground podcasts, live shows that I think a lot of people need to really check out. That's very slept on. As you guys heard his music is very slept on as well. And yeah, that's what we do here on the Hours of Chaos podcast. We drop news. We say our thoughts on opinion. We chop it up with you guys. And we just have fun with this. And we like to help people, put people on, whether it be up-and-coming people that are kind of well-known in the community, and then we have people who are known in the community. We have all those different types of guests. We just like to give back, ask for nothing in return. If I do get something back in return, cool. If I don't, cool. But, I've always just loved giving back. That's just how I've always been as a person. But I feel if you have to get on camera to show your good deed, like doing something for a homeless person, if you feel like you have to do that on camera, just turn your camera off right now and don't even bother. I'm just saying. I continue just doing what I do because I love this community. I've been in this community since I was about 8, 9, 10 years old. Here I am, going to be 32. And LBSickning, I see you there in the chat. I think you gained a lot of fans here tonight. You guys definitely need to check him out. Not just his music, but his show. Much love, bro. I did not really still expect you to tell me that my show was one of your inspirations to do your show. I'm still trying to process that. Like, what? Just knowing that I have that impact on people to where I can influence people, I'm still in shock. I think a lot of people have said it best. To have an issue with Don Chaos, there's something wrong with you. What's there to hate about Don Chaos? Like, for reals. I bet if y'all were to ask someone legitimately, tell them why, when they say I don't like Don Chaos, and if they were to tell you a legit reason why, they would probably give you the most stupidest reason. So I challenge that. Now, technically, this is only the second crush I've had today. So, yeah. Yeah. Like someone says, no one has really come forward and has ever said why they have a legit problem with me. When they do, it's been like the most dumbest reason ever. Because that's one thing this Juggalo community on YouTube has been lacking, is a lot of entertainment and people just being entertaining, being creative. You guys know me. I just come on here to have fun, speak my mind, talk about this culture that I know and love, that I've been in since I was like this little, basically. So I appreciate every single one of you. We do have plans to do more karma giveaways in the future. We are on the road to the 200th episode of the Hours of Chaos podcast. So when the date for that is announced, you guys will know. If anyone wants to be a guest on there for the 200th celebration stream, just let me know. Also, April 1st, next month, is actually going to be the 5-year anniversary of me doing the Hours of Chaos podcast. I did appreciate that shout out. No. I'm just still trying to process that, bro, that knowing that that my show was a big inspiration on your show. I greatly do appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. So I tip my hat to all you guys. Yeah. This show's about to get good. I've been doing this 5 years, y'all, by myself. Yeah. Lakeland and LBSickning definitely hit each other up, because LBSickning, I forgot to mention it while you were on here. Hit up Lakeland on Instagram, and if you ever wanted to do any art piece for you, whether it be for shirts or album artwork, just hit up Lakeland Lunacy. Also, links down in the description for the Replicon radio polls. Lakeland is actually on the polls there. Lakeland is on the polls there for winning for graphic artist, designer of the year. So make sure you guys go vote on the Replicon Radio Awards. Go vote for Lakeland for artist, graphic designer of the year. Also, make sure you go vote in every category. You can vote in those polls every day, and there's a lot of good nominations for each category. I've seen people just say go vote in this category because they are in that specific category. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm just going to tell you to go vote because there's a lot of good nominations in all the categories. You can always go vote once every single day. Once a day in every category. Go vote for Lakeland Lunacy for artist, graphic designer of the year. Because Lakeland's done so much for the community. He's done so much art pieces for everyone. And yeah, he deserves that award. Go vote for the Beastmaster Show for podcast radio show of the year. There's a lot of dope people nominated in Albums of the Year, Underground Album of the Year, EP of the Year, Underground EP of the Year. Oh, and I figured I'd say this because we are live on Twitch as well. We have reached 50 followers on Twitch, which means I am close, halfway there to reaching affiliate on Twitch, y'all. So go vote for people in the Replicon Radio Awards. Go vote for Lakeland for Graphic Artist Designer of the Year. Go vote for the Beastmaster Show to win Podcast Radio Show YouTube of the Year. There's just a lot of good nominations, y'all. Because, you know, people deserve to be rewarded for all the hard work that they put in. You know, if anything proved last year of me winning that award, y'all, it's that hard work does pay off. And when you just be yourself, hard work pays off. And when you just be yourself, it pays off in a very major way. Any of you guys that have met me outside of YouTube, a lot of you guys can tell that I'm literally the same person on here as I am outside. I don't portray anything. I'm just being me. That's all I've known my entire life is just be yourself. Yeah. Let's get into some other few topics and then we are gonna go. Let's see. Of course, make sure you guys are using some of those hashtags. Watch Clown Love. So yeah. All right, let's pull up some topics and then we will announce who our guest is going to be. Actually, we're not just going to have one guest next week. We're going to have two. And we will announce who that is at the end very soon. So, and I'm going to post some of the funniest memes I've found of the day. Because I did find some pretty funny memes. Wait, did I put them on here? No, I didn't. So yeah, first thing foremost, you know, sick, crazy ghetto bastards, you know, one of the members of Dead Camp is dropping his solo release. We could be talking about Dead Camp's own Ronnie McMurder. He is dropping his solo release. Date? Coming very soon. Features? Coming very soon. Well, thank you. Yeah, everyone's been saying that me and LBSickning need to collaborate more. And that's why I said I'm down to collaborate with other fellow podcasters and YouTubers, you know. No, I'm not unapproachable. I just want to make that perfectly clear. I am not unapproachable. Anyone that's ever met me in public, I am not unapproachable. Yeah. Also, more tours coming soon. Pre-orders for Stevie Stone's newest album, Raising the Bar, is going to be up for pre-order right now at StevieStoneMerch.com. Again, Stevie Stone, another very underrated rapper that y'all need to check out. That's definitely someone who I definitely want to get on the Hours of Chaos podcast. It's quite a few people. Just wait till you guys hear who we are getting on next month. I'm not going to tell you. Lakeland already knows who we're going to get on next month. So does Lady Chaos. But you guys are just going to have to wait till next month. So Lakeland, Lady Chaos, babe, don't tell them who's going to be on. But when I told Lakeland who is down to be on the show next month, y'all's jaws are going to drop. Y'all jaws are going to drop. And all I got to say is for a lot of y'all that do have guests on your show, like me and LBSickning, take notes from our shows. Because me and LBSickning, we have great guests on our shows. So I recommend a lot of you people out there who try to have guests on your shows, take notes from me and LBSickning. Take notes, y'all. Take notice. Also, Static G is going on tour right now, booking for the Gene Therapy Tour. Definitely going to try to hit up that tour. Like I said, not only am I trying to hit up tours, but I'm trying, besides hosting this show and whatnot, I'm getting to where I want to host events as well. So if there's ever events y'all ever want me to host, hit me up, let me know. I'll try to make it out there, and I'm down to do it. Again, I'm not unapproachable. Never have. I'm always down to collab with people, host events, all that good old happy jazz. Awesome. Yes, Limp Bizkit is going on the Limp Bizkit Still Sucks tour. Am I going to try hitting up this show? I'm definitely going to try. Yeah, I grew up on Limp Bizkit. I always tell people some of the main music I grew up on growing up that I was finally growing up listening to, that I still listen to this day, is Black Sabbath, Korn, Rob Zombie, ICP, and Limp Bizkit. I mean, there was other music I grew up listening to, but that's like the ones that I like bring back a lot of fond memories that I've grown up listening to, that I continue to listen to even to this day. And I still haven't even heard that new Limp Bizkit album. All honesty, I have not heard anything new from Limp Bizkit since maybe 2003 or 4. Yeah. It's not that I didn't stop liking them. I just, when you're into so much music, it's hard to balance stuff out sometimes. I mean, lately the last some years, it's been pretty easy for me to balance out all this music I listen to. And people are like, gosh, how are you able to listen to so much of that stuff? I just do. I'm just able to do that. I like to do that. I just love music. I love to talk music. That's why if anyone ever wants to have me on your shows where we just talk about music, I am down to do it. So, yeah. Also, ABK is releasing an album called Always Bringing Knowledge. People are thinking that's the actual album cover. People are like, why is ABK making these cheesy album covers? Who cares? Who cares if the album cover is cheesy? If you feel like the album cover's got to bring your attention sometimes, that's not always the case. Sometimes you got to hear the music before you can judge something based off its cover. I like that title. The title there is very interesting. Always Bringing Knowledge. Definitely interesting. Let's see, what else do we have? Here's one of the funniest memes I've found. I'm going to try to do a thing where I find the funniest memes that I've found online or during the week or whatever. This one's quite funny. How many of y'all can relate to that shit? I know I can. Also, make sure you guys tune into Team MUJ's live stream that they do this Friday, because this Friday they are bringing back their series, that live stream series that they do called That Shit Trash, That Shit Fire, where they are having special guests Devereaux and Darby O'Trill on the show. So make sure you guys tune into that this Friday, y'all. 7 p.m. Central Time. Also, again, this Friday is the Scum Dying World Chronicles Black Souls release party. If anyone in Colorado, or if you live around Colorado and you're coming out to this event, I hope to see you guys there. Let's kick it. Let's party. Let's celebrate the final chapter in the Dying World Chronicles. Again, tickets are $25 at the door. When you get in the show, you get a free copy of the new album. Again, my opinion, one of the best trilogies going on in the underground wicked shit horrorcore scene going on right now. That is my personal opinion. And if you think otherwise, that's cool too. That's why we're here, to have a difference of opinion. That's why we're all individuals. Also, there is a new Lazy and Crazy drop. That is dope. Well, thank you, Lakeland. Thank you. Well, then you definitely need to win too, Lakeland. You definitely need to win Graphic Artist Designer of the Year, because you've done so much artwork for a lot of people. Not just in the YouTube Juggalo community, but Lakeland's done artwork for artists and groups, y'all. So he does deserve to win an award for all the dope artwork he's done all the years for everyone. Just saying. Vote for Lakeland for that, for Graphic Artist Designer of the Year. Go vote for the Beastmaster Show for Podcast Radio Show of the Year / YouTube of the Year. Go vote. There's quite a lot of good categories. Go vote for the good nominations in Album of the Year, Underground Album of the Year, EP of the Year, Underground EP of the Year. Go vote for Music Video of the Year. Go vote for Underground Music Video of the Year. There's so many good categories. Go vote for Event of the Year. Oh, yeah. And are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see who our guest is going to be? Not, why do I keep saying guests? Our guests. But yes, future Karma giveaways are coming soon, because I like to give back to you guys, because you guys make this possible. Because you guys know I don't make money from this. I don't even make side money from this. I don't, and I probably never will. But who knows? I probably never will, but you never know. Never know. But Karma giveaways coming soon, especially when we get to the 200th episode of the show, as well as the 5-year anniversary. 5 years, y'all, of doing this show by myself. No co-host, nothing. So, are you guys ready to see who the guests are going to be? I love you too, babe. But yes, let's see the official Don Chaos, Cult of Chaos emojis in the chat, y'all, which are right there. I want to see the chat flood with those. So let's see the official Don Chaos, Cult of Chaos emojis. Flood the chat with those. And then we will show you guys who our guests are going to be next week on the Hours of Chaos podcast. So flood the chat with those. You can either flood the chat with those emojis, or you can use even some of those hashtags across the screen right there. Yeah, we've officially are halfway to making affiliate on Twitch, which that's something I do have planned to do. Besides doing the podcast here on Twitch, is I have plans to do gaming on Twitch. But I'm not just going to do any gaming. I'm going to do some retro gaming for a lot of y'all, because that's something I want to do. And not only am I going to be gaming, like retro gaming, but the games that I play, I will share cool stories of me playing the game when I was younger. Like awesome stories. Like the day I bought the game, I will be sharing those stories too as I'm playing the game. But yeah, change is inevitable. There's a lot of good changes happening your boy's way. A lot of you that talk to me on a personal level know some of the good changes that are coming. A lot of you guys know. Change is inevitable. Why do you guys think I love that song, Ain't No Time? Lily, change is inevitable. It won't be long. I'm just giving you guys little hints about stuff. Change is inevitable, but good change. It won't be long. And yeah, let's see the official chaos emojis in the chat, y'all. And I will show you guys who our guests are going to be next week on the show. I'm going to refresh just to make sure the chat's all caught up. Again, sometimes I do apologize, y'all. Sometimes I don't see everything in the chat. Sometimes I have to refresh. But for some reason tonight, I saw everything in the chat. So, hell yeah. Yep. And all the things that are happening, you guys will know. But I'm going to refresh, so let me see the chat with those chaos emojis right there, as well as some of those official hashtags, but mainly those chaos emojis, the Cult of Chaos emojis. So I'll be back, y'all, really quick. I'm just going to refresh really quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and show who our guests are going to be on the show. Like I said, I don't always expect people to watch this show live, because I know sometimes people don't have time, or they say they don't have time, but they really do. Hell, I don't even expect people to tune in even when it's not live, even when there's the rewatch thing for them to rewatch it. I don't expect that, but you guys know me. I'm just having fun. I'm not making a profit off of this. I'm not even making my income from this. I'm not even making side hustle from this. I probably never will. But people always say you should always get paid doing something you love because you love doing it. Did I freeze again? Really? Or am I good? I froze again. Check 1, check 2. I'll wait for it to, because I know it's sometimes slow, but am I still frozen? Okay. Let me see a thumbs up. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and now introduce who our guests are going to be next week on the show. Also, Lady Chaos, y'all, also known as Amanda Panda, she's going to be going live on Twitch, so make sure you guys tune in to that tonight. She's going live immediately after the show. There's links down to her Twitch. All right, y'all, our guests next week on the Hours of Chaos podcast are going to be the one and only, that's right, Darby O. Trill and the one and only Cody Manson. That is right, y'all. They will be joining us next Tuesday to promote their up-and-coming tour, the Young Snuff Tour. So we will see you guys next Tuesday. And you guys already know who I am. I am Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S, your friendly neighborhood JUGGALO, the Karma Millionaire. If you don't know, now you know. And if you still don't know, well then, your mom's a hoe, your girl might be a hoe, your wife might be a hoe, your sister might be a hoe, your cousins might be a hoes. Just saying. Yeah. Darby O'Trill, Cody Manson, next week on the Hours of Chaos podcast. Both of them. Hell yeah. And yeah. Go check out everything. And yeah. Peace, y'all. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys next time. Deuces. Same chaos place, same chaos times. Peace, y'all.